right, welcome to our Halloween special of the Dread broadcast, the Dread Campfire. We're taking out the news today, going off script, going off structure, and we are just hanging out, chatting about one of my favorite holidays and probably most of this panel's one of their favorite holidays as well. So I'm going to just start at the top and welcome everybody. So GC, one thing I would like to do as I welcome you, one of the reasons our panel is so much smaller today and we're going off format is because a lot of us do horror content on our various channels, and we all have unique ways of celebrating it on our channels. So one of the things I would like you to do is highlight what you're doing and where people can find that and what's going on with you and what you'll have going on leading up to Halloween. So for us at The Average, me and Jonathan, we have been doing 13 Nights of Halloween. We do one episode a day leading into Halloween. And so tonight is actually counting as night 8. So we're not doing a movie review. We're doing the Dread Campfire as night 8 of our 13 nights. And then we have Mini Aaron joined us. GC joined us. Got to get the rest of you on. Jessica joined us last year for 2 back as Ivy. Joined us for 2 on last year's, or 3, because we did all 3 Black Christmases for last year's 13 Nights of Halloween. But yeah, so GC, tell us what you've got going on this week. Thank you for being here.
Dude, are you kidding, man? When you mentioned this, when you teased it a little bit, I was like, you have to make it happen. And we all need to come on here and hang out for Halloween. For me, as my channel, it is Face the Movies, Instagram as well. Honestly, just doing a little bit of everything, right? Either I'll do like a review video, or just recently I put up a Halloween TV shows and movies list a few days ago. So doing that. Podcast episodes. I do the Fright Night podcast with my buddy Lee. So every week we do a podcast episode. We got Cinema Rewind. So Jordan's a part of that. And every week we pick a movie that we talk about, and it's been a blast celebrating Halloween. Now, as for what's coming up, this week, it's going to be an epic week. Jordan and I have teamed up to celebrate Halloween almost all week long. So between tomorrow's going to be recording, but then between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to have live streams talking about some of the Halloween movies in the franchise. And then on Friday, we're going to be releasing a video. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. All right, Serge, welcome to the show for the first time.
What do you mean? It's me, Ash from Pokemon. Probably shouldn't name the franchise in it, right? That's not. I don't know how I ended up second on this, but hey, friends, I'm Serge from Lethian. As far as this goes, I run a small page called Extra Spooky, and on it I do vocal covers, ranging from like Pig Destroyer and Symbolic Carnage, the Black Dahlia Murder, to like I'm currently learning songs from Phantom of the Paradise for a thing I'm doing with some homies. I do vocal covers, and then I do video edits to whatever movie I think is pertinent or might fit tonally above them. Planned soon, I have I'm going to do Tito and the Tarantula After Dark and pair it with Dust Till Dawn, of course.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Jumpin' Gene Simmons song and pair that, I think, with a Wounded Fawn, if you guys have seen that at all. Yeah, dude. Ash cheeks burning on the stove. so yeah, hey, that's what I do. I'm in a band called Lethian, and I don't know, dude. We release music, and we do Halloween specials, but we'll get there. Please, nice to meet you guys.
Okay, thank you for coming out. Yeah. All right, Q, welcome back to the show.
Hey man, I'm glad to be back. I'm Q, the movie collector. I have a YouTube channel, which this week, probably tonight I'm gonna be dropping probably one of my longest videos that I've made so far, which is going to be detailing my trip to Scarefest this year, where I picked up one of 2 of these guys, a screen accurate Part 3 mask, and I've got another one up there that's super special. So stay tuned for that. And I also have an Instagram page, and I review physical media and movies, and majority of that happens to be horror. So glad to be a part of tonight. So
awesome. Thanks for joining us, Aaron. How's it going?
Hey, Tim. Hi, everyone. Awesome to be here. I was looking forward to this all day. Aaron here from A&B Horror Movies, my YouTube channel, and you can find me on Instagram at Aaron's Movies 8587. and also AB Horror Movies. I've got a couple things lined up this week. First up, tomorrow night, I am doing a special live stream event that is Halloween horror movies. So, movies we watch the last week of October. So, the movies we saved right up until the final few days leading up to Halloween. Tim is joining. So, Tim, I'm looking forward to having you on.
Yep. I'll
Our
be
special
there.
guest is, yes, it's going to be fun. Our special guest is Morley Nelson, who wrote, directed, and starred in Uncontained. So he's going to join us and talk about his favorite horror films. We also have Vince from the Dread Alert Media joining, and Frank from Cheers Up Cinema. So there will be 5 of us, and that is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I do have a few videos posting this week in honor of Halloween. I just posted on yesterday my interview video with David Weiner, who did all the In Search of Darkness series. There's a new documentary coming out. He's focusing on the 90s. Eric, the lo-fi horror guy, joined me for that one. So if you want, check that out. I'm also going to be posting this week my interview with Sarah Nicklin, I swear I'm almost done. Sarah Nicklin, who's in the VHS Halloween film that's streaming now on Shudder. And just today, I interviewed Eric and Carson Bloomquist. They have a new movie coming out called Self-Help that's set around Halloween. If you're familiar with Founders Day, they did that movie. 10 Minutes to Midnight is another one of the film that they did. And She Came from the Woods. So I was really excited to chat with them. And that I'm thinking we'll post on Halloween. And with that, I will stop talking. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was rad.
Jordan, thank you for coming back. You were kind of added this week, and I'm excited you can make it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure on my schedule, but late last week, or well, coming up, GC was hounding me about it. So I was like, all right, I should be good. So I'll jump on. But yeah,
Awesome.
man, the Movie Den, you can find me over on mainly YouTube and Instagram. I dab a little bit in TikTok there. But anyways, horror is really my main focus, but I touch on other stuff, but usually horror is what I talk about. And of course that means this season is really big for me. Let's see, coming up, I mean, GC kind of talked about it, but we're doing a Halloween-a-thon, week of Halloween, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be covering a couple different topics or a couple different timelines within the Halloween franchise. We're going to be doing the Blumhouse, the Thorn trilogy. We're doing Halloween 1 and 2 and Season of the Witch. And each night we've got a special guest joining us. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I also have, we're nearing the end, obviously, but I've been doing the 31 Nights of Halloween movie challenge where I had it's up on my Instagram. You can check it there, but I have a calendar that I posted and it's got every night we have a different Halloween horror movie we're watching. So tonight is Ghost Watch. We're going to be watching that tonight.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah, last night was
Yes.
Terrifier 2, so that was fun. But Ghost Watch is tonight. And what else is coming up? The only other thing that I've been like neck deep in this week of Halloween thing, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. But I've been doing recommending 10 horror movies within each label. And I decided this week, I think we're going to touch on Scream Factory. We're going to try and see what I recommend, best top 10 horror movies to recommend for Halloween time in the Scream Factory label. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
Awesome. And our special guest, even though it's not interview format tonight, but the what's the proper word? The reason we have an insanely awesome giveaway tonight is Jessica Lacy.
Hi, as per usual, I had to make everything about myself, so that's why we're doing the prize thing with the book and everything.
Take the attention off us. It's fine.
For anybody who doesn't know who I am, I don't know why you're here. I'm always in the comments. I'm always running around. Yeah, you would have heard of me if you've been here before. But I am an author. I write slasher novels, and my one that is currently out right now is called Tastes Like Candy. And we're giving away a copy tonight. And that's what I've been working on for Halloween. I'm not a content creator. So my publisher's marketing department asked me to do Halloween content. And I was like, obviously. And they gave me some suggestions. And it was stuff for me to be spooky and mysterious. And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and make an idiot of myself per usual. And that's what we're going to do. So I've been watching every year. I try to jam in as many horror movies as I can. I've been posting them as I go. I think I'm up to 33. It's not a lot. And then I have a like book club thing that I'm doing, which I'm really excited about. If anybody ever wants me for stuff like that, I am always happy to talk about the books. I'm currently working on Taste Like Candy 2, and I'm writing a new one. And the current name for that one is called I Think I'm Paranoid. I'm not putting that out there anywhere, but I'll say it here. That one's it's a sister novel to Mallrats. It's very exciting. Yes, it's I wanted to write a sequel to Mallrats, but the sequel to Mallrats that I want to write is set in the present day, and I'm not ready for that yet. So I decided to just go ahead and write 9 books set in the 90s that are all related to Mallrats. So we'll be doing that instead.
That's awesome.
So other than that, Taste Like Candy audiobook, Tuesday, just in time for Halloween.
Awesome. That is exciting.
Yes.
So we have the contest going on tonight. We had people enter through Instagram commenting on post. If you did that, I have already got you added to our picker wheel that we'll do at the end of the episode. But throughout the rest of this episode, we will have random trivia. And the way this is going to work, just so you're watching along, it is going to be the first person in the comments to answer correctly. That way, hopefully, if it takes more than 30 seconds, you Googled the answer. I don't know that for a fact, but it's going to be the first person to pop up with the correct answer is going to get an extra entry added to the picker wheel. I asked the panel to come up with at least one horror trivia question that they have, and we'll randomly sprinkle it throughout our conversation. So be paying attention, be ready for it. So we're going to drop, it's going to be everything from something super challenging to something super easy, honestly. So like, I'll start us off. Our first official horror trivia question for the evening. What was the working title of the movie Scream?
You don't want us to call it
I
out.
was just thinking.
Nope, I'm waiting.
Or maybe act it out. Or
I'm having to hold myself back.
I know. I want to say it. I'm waiting for those comments to come in. The working title of the movie Scream. But in the meantime,
there's one.
There's it.
Yep. Okay. There. I mean, I'm gonna count it even with the typo because that was quick. So, correct. It is Scary Movie. So, Scary Movie was the working title of Scream. But yeah, tonight we are gonna talk about
nothing.
No, we're going to talk about
now.
Halloween traditions. Halloween traditions, guys. So I can go first. I don't care, but I'll go first. And just chime in, jump in. We're not going in order. We're just relaxing and hanging out tonight. I always love telling mine because my father was a pastor. So I was raised in a very conservative home. Halloween was not something that we really celebrated. So some of my early family traditions of Halloween, I have a distinct memory of Halloween night turning out all of our lights, and mom got out sleeping bags and she staged it as like, oh, we're going to have a slumber party on the floor in the living room. So like we were making the house look empty. Like we weren't celebrating. We were doing the opposite. That way trick-or-treaters wouldn't come to the house, so on. So that's my depressing first story about it. But then as we grew up, my dad actually kicked off something at the church he was a pastor at called Ghostbusters. And this was in the 90s. And so it was a Halloween party at the church where kids could dress up in costumes and play games and they would get prizes. And I remember going to that as a kid. And yeah, we really didn't celebrate in our household much. So a lot of my Halloween traditions that my wife and I kind of started on my own. I think I talked to Aaron about it this week, was kind of as I got older, I started watching the Scream movies every Halloween. I would watch all of them. And that was back when there were only 4 of them. So I would watch 1 through 4 every Halloween. And that was my tradition. Don't really do much. Now my wife and I sit out with candy, and we dress up and we sit on our porch and we hand out candy to the kids because we're chill people. We're not hitting up the bar until 2 a.m. celebrating, doing Halloween contests. We hand it out and then we watch a scary movie and go to bed. But that's it.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that too. I plan to watch as many Halloween films this Friday as I can and hand out candy, scare the little kids with a knife in my head.
There you go.
And I'm at an age in my life where I can't wait. I'll probably eat a lot of candy too.
I was really hoping your story was going to end with a deluge of children knocking on your door anyway, and your parents having to describe that to you.
I wish it was not that exciting.
No.
Children under the tables.
I think that was a night I did wake up with a spider on my face, and it did lead me. It did lead me to like a lifetime arachnophobia. Like, I am terrified of spiders, and that's because I remember sleeping on the floor and hitting my face and pulling my hand away, and there's just a spider stuck. And I was a kid. It traumatized me. It was the end. That was.
Have you seen Arachnophobia?
I can't see Arachnophobia.
Don't watch it. They're all real spiders. They used over 300 real spiders.
You're good though. You have to. Just for John Goodman alone.
I have a really good arachnophobia story. I have a really good one. It was my first. It was the first scary movie I was ever able to con my way into, because I wasn't ever allowed to watch horror movies growing up, but I've been obsessed with horror movies since I was about 3 years old. So because it had a comedic angle, I was able to trick my grandmother into taking me. So I am not scared of spiders, and I'm still not scared of spiders. Never have been. That's not really important, but there you go. So I conned her into taking me by telling her it's starring John Goodman. And she was like, well, I like him. So yeah, we'll go. So we go and we sit there. And the second the movie starts, I look at her and I'm like, we have to leave right now. I'm terrified. I'm so scared. I've never been scared. The movie hasn't even started. It's just like the first seconds and I'm freaking out already. And she looks at me and she says, I came here to see John Goodman and I am not leaving until I see John Goodman. So I sat there. John Goodman does not appear for a good 45 minutes into that movie. So I sat there sliding lower and lower into my seat as the horror played out before me. And then John Goodman appears and he says like 2 lines and she stands up and we just walk out of the theater.
I love John Goodman.
That's incredible.
He was funny, and he improvised most of his lines in that film, which is awesome. Like, I just did a whole podcast, that's why. So my brain's like fully still in arachnophobia.
Oh, you just did an episode on it?
Yeah.
Oh, I shared your post. I remember that.
No, I listen. If you have a fear of spiders, don't listen to the episode, because like that movie is my life right now. Like, I swear that's me, except instead of like kids, I have dogs. But my place out here, there's spiders the size of my fist, and there's one outside my window. Like, so during the day.
Dude, I'm not visiting next year. Never mind. Never forget it.
Dude, you see the shadow. You see like this giant shadow of a spider during the day, and I'm telling you, these things are huge, and it's just like the movie. Like, besides having that massive one from Venezuela and stuff and all that, but like, dude, it's not fun, man. Like, it's constantly either mosquitoes or giant spiders. Or black widows.
So I'm embarrassed to tell this, but I'm going to anyways. My fear of spiders kind of spreads to anything with more than 4 legs. Just no thanks. You don't need to exist. Just forget about it. I'm cool with snakes. Like, the path that I run on all the time.
Less legs, the better.
Yeah, the path that I run on all the time, I see snakes and I just kind of step over them. Sometimes I see how close I can get because I'm fascinated by them. But like, one jumped in front of me. I didn't know snakes could do that, and I was like, "That's kind of cool." Spiders, though, no. So the embarrassing story is where I lived in my early 20s, we had like moths the size of dinner plates, like massive moths. And I know they're harmless, but they're ugly. they're
fly into you.
Yeah, some people think they're beautiful, and that's fine. I don't like bugs, so I don't think they're beautiful. They creep me out. But I came home late one night after doing a graphic design project with another designer, and it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning. Our porch lights are on. I'm living in this old farmhouse with the haunted farmhouse, by the way, which we can remind me to get into that later. I lived at this haunted farmhouse with 4 other guys, and I pull up at 2 a.m. and there are 2 of these moths sitting on our front door in the light. And I'm embarrassed to say, I put the seat down in the back of my car and I slept in my car.
Yeah, dude.
I wasn't.
Dude, those things are huge.
Dinner plate size, but not quite charger plate size.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna scare some people off for the rest of the night because I got a spider story as well. I have had such intense immersion therapy over the last couple of years.
Oh, immersion therapy with spiders?
Yeah, it sucks. So, for one, I have always had a fear of spiders, and it has since passed. This came to a head. I work in veterinary, and I came in early one day to check on the hospitalized patients, and I'm in the small boarding room, which is just a tiny shotgun hallway. I am in this place. I'm walking around, I'm crouching down, feeding dogs, yada, yada, when I realize that standing 2 feet from me is a completely alert and on attack mode wolf spider, which is not problematic, but they're huge. So yeah, this thing, my coworkers thought something had seriously gone wrong because all they heard was a and this thing had me backed in a corner. I immediately crinked my neck. And so it goes, and for anybody just listening, it lifts its parapets and it puts it to the side and it waves it in a hypnotic little dance, and then it speeds up and runs right at me.
Holy crap.
One of the girls swept it up into a broom dustpan, one of the ones that flips up, and it was hopping vertically out of it and falling back in, right? So that's when it got the worst. My immersion therapy started in a night that I like to call Night of the Spiders. My girlfriend and I were hanging out in our house, and it was like 1 a.m. Everything, it was donezo for the night. I was going to bed. She was going to take a shower. Walks into the restroom. Takes a little bit of time passes. Gets a little quiet. What the fuck? The water hasn't started. Oh, can I swear? I'm going to try not to. But
no, you can. Be yourself.
Okay, cool.
Be
awesome.
yourself.
Yeah, a little bit of silence. All of a sudden, she walks out backward. I see her visage appear from the shadows into the light. She's staring at something in the middle distance in the corner of my bathroom shower. My eyes go from her, and then they defocus to realize that parachuting down in front of me are, trigger warning, hundreds of new baby spiders that had hatched in my air vent. They were parachuting down. That was the night that I pepper sprayed myself with homemade cayenne spray. No, that was Night of the Spiders, which then became Dawn of the Spiders.
I just got goosebumps on my face.
Spider Week, and then we just had spiders. It was the Spider Saga. Those have since been dealt with, and now we have widows.
Dude, widows are so freaking creepy. Like the other night I was gonna take my dogs out, and as soon as I turned on the porch light, and I have the habit of looking up now because of how big these spiders are, and they come out at night. Dude, I look up and I see them all scattering into the cracks. Like they all just they looked so hyper intelligent, and it creeped me out. And
it's the way that it reacts to your input. That is
exactly.
Like, I don't like that we have a dialogue going on here, buddy.
Yeah, like it just looks right at me with all bunch of its little eyes, and it just turns around and starts walking into the crevices of the house.
You get the feeling like it is waiting. It is waiting for you. It is waiting for you to make a move before it decides what it's.
You
about
might
to
be
do.
playing checkers, but playing chess.
Exactly.
Like, got 8 legs for it too.
No thanks, man. We went to a lake house with my in-laws, and we were there for some concerts, and the concerts were fantastic. But the lake house was like the Airbnb just had there's brooms at the front door, there's brooms on the back porch, and there's brooms out on the dock for the spiders. They were
You need one broom
everywhere. They were everywhere.
and then you need to dual wield them and pull like
Yeah.
a General Grievous.
It was gross. I'm going to drop, since we talked about arachnophobia, which future star of the TV show Mythbusters worked as a special effects technician on the film and built the giant animatronic General Spider? But we can go ahead. We don't have to wait for the results. Yep.
Dude, well, Tim, you know what the worst part of spiders is? The fact that I recently learned that like these giant ones that migrated from like Georgia, they fly. Like they make this little like silk parachute type situation.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of hang on to it. I mean, not the super big ones, but the smaller ones, they just fly. They just glide across. And dude,
We have orb weavers out here. That's fun.
They're gross. No thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where do you all live?
Southern Arizona, baby.
Terrifying. Okay.
We got tarantula hawks and big old Gila monsters and armadillo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll
What
take
is
the
a
lizard.
tarantula hawk?
It's a wasp, actually. So you, Tim, you would not like these at all.
I don't like wasps. I pay.
Colored, and they're the ones that administer a paralytic agent. Anybody in the chat, please feel free to tell us to move on to Halloween and out of insect corner.
There's nothing scarier than insects. I pay $110 every other month to have Orkin just spray my house so that nothing comes in. That's it's worth it to me.
Surprise!
It
It's a freaking campfire.
You all need to move to New England because we don't have any of that. We have
I
those
feel-
little, what are those like little like insects in the basement with like thousands of legs?
the
Those
daddy
Yeah.
long legs?
T-Dub got it again.
But the
Amy Heineman.
Whatever those are called, that's the worst.
what
And
the
even then,
millipedes or something?
Kind of, but their legs are like all akimbo and they kind of run fast.
Centipedes.
I just
here.
sort of coexist with
centipedes?
them.
Predatory centipedes.
They're
No,
not- No, I don't know. I'll look it up. Let me look it up. I'll come back to you.
This is for your sake.
no. I live in California. We don't have any of that. So
You
That
don't
you're
have
aware of. They're
Right,
watching.
but I sure bet you do. Actually,
no.
Where?
We've got black widows and brown recluses, which those brown
Those are-
recluses
yeah.
you don't mess with. Those things will mess you up.
What
they're
part
so
are you in?
small
What part
that
of
you can't
California?
find them.
I north of Sacramento.
Oh, I'm in Palm Springs and we have scorpions and all kinds of fun
No,
stuff.
see, no.
Listen,
Scorpions and snakes. I can't do snakes too. There's
I'm gonna
The
make my
road
beer
runners
money
are the
in 5 years.
scariest.
They're called
got a
house
friend.
centipedes. You guys want to see a picture?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Oh,
no.
These
those
harmless
little
things.
babies, the ones
Harmless?
like
No.
genuinely-
The
They
sight
live over
of
in the corner. I just let
the
them
sight of those alone is not harmless. Like the sight of those alone.
That's true. They look terrifying, but they are harmless.
I pose an ethical question to the group.
Kill
I'm
it.
torn. Exactly. That's the question. Do
No,
I or
just
do I
kill it.
not? No.
Just kill it.
Okay, so I have a friend that is offered to pay me $20 per adult Black Widow because he pins them and makes them into stuff for oddities.
And hey, there's
He
a
would-
market
he
for
would-
that on Etsy. So
Yeah, I know, dude.
no Surge. I would have killed that wolf spider. I'm just saying that. Like there's
Yeah,
I
you leave
will-
it to what we do in the shadows, huh?
Guys, do what they do in Australia. Just burn the house down. You've seen the spiders in Australia. They're like the size of a basketball.
do those like camel spiders. I think they're called. Have you
Oh
seen
my
those?
God.
Massive.
We have those here. We call them sun spiders. They're non-problematic ones that we have here, but yeah, they suck.
I'm all paranoid now. Damn it.
Well, it says that
Um,
house centipedes feed on pest insects, so I guess that's a good thing.
okay, I have to read a quote that changed my life because it's perfection. He used to go by the name David Wong. He no longer writes under that name, and he writes under his real name of Jason Pargan. But if you're familiar with his first book was made into a movie, John Dies at the End.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This book is full of spiders.
This book is full of spiders. It's a fantastic book. It's horror driven. It's hilarious. Okay, but I'm gonna do my best to read this quote because it changed my life, and then we can move on from spiders if we want. But
If we want.
this is his quote. There exists in this world a spider the size of a dinner plate, a foot wide if you include the legs. It's called the Goliath bird-eating spider, or the Goliath fucking bird-eating spider by those who have actually seen one. It doesn't eat only birds. It mostly eats rats and insects, but they still call it the bird-eating spider because the fact that it can eat a bird is probably the most important thing to know about it. If you run across one of these things, like in your closet or crawling out of your bowl of soup, the first thing somebody will say is, "Watch it, man. That thing can eat a fucking bird." I don't know how they catch the birds. I know the Goliath fucking bird-eating spider can't fly, because if it could, it would have a different name entirely. We would call it Sir, because it would be the dominant species on the planet. I recommend that book, but that quote changed my life, and I just keep it pinned because it's so good.
Is that also the spider that fires projectiles from its ass?
There are
spiders that throw weaponized hairs from their butts.
There is.
I have a picture of it.
Holy crap!
There's when you see one of those.
Dinner plate.
Yeah, when you see one of those.
On a dinner plate, yes. And see the hand next to it to give you.
Why is he putting his arm next to that thing?
Why is he stopping to photograph it and not burning down the entire establishment?
Right? Because they're friends, and also I think it's dead.
It's good.
When you get to an insect that large, the question is, as Serge was bringing up, do you kill it? Because the mess of cleaning that thing up.
Can you kill it? Oh, sorry.
No. How can you? Like, you have to use a crossbow or a gun at that point because that thing is too big to squish.
Oh, dude, flamethrower.
You can't step on that thing.
I'm just
Fight or flight, man.
Hairspray and a match. Hairspray and a match.
Light your house on fire. I bet it instinctually goes into your vent while lit on fire.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Hey, if it
just jumps at our faces.
We derailed from Halloween fast, but this has been fantastic.
Oh no, dude! I'm pretty sure you're already like. Listen, the whole point was to say scary stories and freak people out.
No,
I'm so scared right now.
Tim's gonna be laying there at night, just looking at his ceiling.
Joke's on you! I look at my ceiling every night before bed since I was a child. My wife laughs at me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I literally check all four corners of the room to make sure there are no friends waiting for me. Every night.
Checking two corners at once.
No, I have not. But every night, that's what I do.
Dude, they come out when you're sleeping, man. Like they know, they know that with all those little eyes, they're watching every nook and cranny of the room.
They are.
Just like they know when your little footsies are out.
Well, yeah, Tim, have you heard that? I read somewhere the average human eats, unknowingly eats a certain amount of spiders in their lifetime.
So you want to know what I started doing about that?
Little tiny ones that sometimes will be like in the eyebrows.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So I heard that growing up, and I literally fall asleep with my hand over my mouth. And I have been doing that for years. It is either like this, or I'll, something to cover
your ears.
my mouth.
You're just
your ears.
But what made me feel so much better is there's this science-y dude on YouTube who did an experiment to test that rumor. And it turns out spiders want nothing to do with your warm, wet mouth. That's not where they want to be. Mm-hmm. So they occasionally one will, but he would like put it on people's faces while they were sleeping as part of this test. Yeah. And the spider would crawl away. They don't want your mouth.
This is anti-spider eating propaganda. Okay. Like
birds aren't real. Anyways,
the move is to go out to the local like Arizona themed gift shop and get 4 candied spiders and get your quota in right out of the way. That way the spiders, they're like, okay, this guy got it out of the way. I eat, spiders.
Biblioshark, I would have quit that job. having a tarantula bite me is they would have been
Dude.
paying for my therapy.
So talking about tarantulas, I went to an exotic animal place in Miami once, and this was back a long time ago, like maybe like 10 years ago. But they had like a whole wall of different types of tarantulas, and they had one in particular that's literally the size of my hand, and the guy would allow people to hold it, but you had to sign a waiver because this tarantula was poisonous, and if it bit you, they didn't want to be sued for this particular one. And I'm there, and I'm thinking to myself, how often do I have the opportunity to actually be able to hold like a tarantula? I have to find the picture somewhere, Tim. I'll send it to you. But dude, I just put my hand there and I was like, oh, well, this is a 50-50. And dude, because I was also trying to photograph it. But man, let me tell you, holding that thing, just knowing that it was like, that it was venomous and all that stuff.
You held
dude,
one?
You did it?
No, you said you held one?
Oh yeah, I held it. I signed the waiver and I held it for like a good few minutes and I got a good picture out of it. Like I was just, I really wanted to get close and just have it in my hand. But dude, like the feeling of like the little legs just moving around in my hand and stuff, and it just like seeing.
Have you seen, does anybody watch Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
So Q on Impractical Jokers has like a terrible fear of spiders. And so one of his punishments was, and then there's Sal who has a fear of cats, but which honestly, they're both valid. Don't get me started on cats.
Cat scratch fever.
I'm allergic to cats. But the Q loses, and his punishment is to be tied down and have spiders put on him. And the fear on him, I can barely watch that one because I'm like, I get it, man. I am right there. This is awful. No thanks.
Have you seen Fear Factor when they put them in like in the glass? What the hell is it called? It's like this glass box, and they put up like
a contraption.
Yeah.
And the spiders come in.
They just pour a ton of spiders, or they usually do snakes. But that's back when Joe Rogan used to host that show a long time ago, dude. Let me tell you how uncomfortable I would not do it. Like I'm not afraid of them, but to be like covered by hundreds of them, it's like, yeah, I'm okay. I don't need the money. Like
they had them shooting craps to see who would eat one. they used to spinning roulette, like incorporating gambling into like who was going to eat an insect. That show was nuts.
Go ahead, GC.
I was saying they had one person eat like a baboon brain or something. Like it was just the crazy shit. Like
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Isn't that how 28 Days Later?
You eat them chilled. You eat it chilled. The baboon brain. That's in Temple of Doom. Does no one remember that?
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
Okay.
They eat that, and they eat like the eel snake thing. They cut it open, and all the little babies come out.
Yep. He eats the chilled baboon brains, and that scene was the most horrifying scene. Like pulling the heart out of the chest was nothing compared to that food at the beginning of that. Speaking of, so we kind of talked about like insect fears. If you comfortable are talking about it, what are some fears that get you, and movies that have kind of captured those fears? So I'll be honest, and I'll be brutally honest, and start. My biggest fear in life, and I've realized this over time, is not spiders. I'm terrified. I hate them. Heck no, thank you. But my biggest fear, and it was something that I wasn't aware of until repeated exposure, is growing older. That is something that I have realized terrifies me, and it's something I can't escape. And so there are movies that resonate really well with that. So Shyamalan is hit or miss with a lot of his movies, but the movie Old actually really impacted me because of my fear of growing older. And watching that happen, I was like, damn, it resonated. But if you have fears that resonate with you that are spiders, go ahead and go into that. But yeah, are there any ones that like hit you with a different, like that fear stuck with you or hit you in a different way than Terrifier 2? We can get into my thoughts on Terrifier if we want, but
I do. But first, like to go on to like the aversion to aging, right? And the like inevitable wall of entropy that faces us with that. I feel like anything for Jackson, also plays on that pretty well, or at least like you can read that from
It's a
it.
great
And like,
film. Yeah, I love
I just think like they're doing
That's horrifying.
anything for Jackson,
Mhm.
right? Like that child is their life, because although they have each other, they both know that they are finite and toward the end of that. So staying old, or hopefully getting away from it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's not even like I think for me, like I don't mind. Like I like getting old. Like I every time I look at myself every few years and stuff, and I'm like, man, like it's not so bad, right? But I think
Well, you're
for
looking
me,
good.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's just like it feels like it's like the waiting. And I recently there was two movies that I saw that kind of really impacted me. And I mean, some of you guys know that I'm no stranger to talk about certain films that really like stimulate the mind and get you thinking about the big questions in life. But these two movies in particular, The Long Walk and the movie The Life of Chuck. And
I want to see The Life of Chuck so
Me too.
bad.
Me too.
It is
I
so
had
good.
to turn it off. It was
Yeah.
so overwhelming in the beginning. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like the main reason
cannot do this.
I haven't seen it yet is because I feel like it's a movie where I need a whole box of Kleenex. to
no,
watch.
yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, you
It's a
will
deep
need
movie.
it. You'll need it.
Yeah. It's
You
one of those.
specifically, Tim. Yes, you will need it.
I'm a crybaby, so
Tim,
Yes.
like, dude, it's one of those, like, if you go into it, like, those are the type of movies I recommend that if you're not in a great mood, don't watch it, because it's only going to make things worse. And just watching those type of movies, and even though Life of Chuck, it's sad, but also beautiful. I think, like, I have two main fears, and one of them is recent, and it's just the waiting. Like, I just kind of feel like as I get older, and I'm starting to see life without the rose tinted glasses compared to when we were young. And just seeing how certain things really work in the world and stuff like that. It's kind of just waiting. It's like, man, like I'm getting older and stuff. Like, what is the point, like, of like humanity? What is our purpose, our true purpose? And as we get older, it gets scarier, because you kind of start realizing, at least for me, I start realizing, it's like, is there a purpose, or are we just like every other species where we just like survive, keep going, and then that's it, and then somebody else takes over, as like our descendants and stuff like that. So that's kind of one of the fears. But the other one, the one that really also scares me, it's an old fear, it's being out in the ocean at night, but like floating around in the water.
no,
Yeah,
like
like those those
Open
people
Water, that movie.
open water, like, man, that talk about like my hands sweating the whole time. It's
Horrific.
like
Yeah.
so uncomfortable.
That is one. There are so many people I've met who are like, man, ocean doesn't scare me, water doesn't scare me, and I'm like, I swam. I was a swimmer all through high school. I swam in college. I did it. I wasn't professional because I wasn't endorsed, but like I got money from school to swim. I don't like open water. It's terrifying. The ocean is terrifying. Big lakes, like I've been up to Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. They also have undercurrents that are terrifying. And I don't want to say skilled. I can swim. I'm a good swimmer. I'm probably better than the average person at swimming. But that water is unpredictable as any wild animal. That is terrifying, and people take it so relaxed. Like, no, that's a great one, because that is my wife and I enjoy cruises. We went on one for our honeymoon, and we kind of like them because, like, yeah, you're on this boat and everything you need is right there, but you get like a snapshot of different locations, so then you can come back next year and stay at the one you liked most for a longer time. So that's kind of what we use it for. But even on that boat, and you look out at night and see nothing but open water around you, it's terrifying. It is a terrifying feeling.
Dude, imagine being in, like, I was attacked by a shark a few years back, and I was in, like, so one thing they always tell you, it's like when it's really bad weather out and the water's murky, don't go in, because that's usually like when it's like thundering and raining, where sharks and their whole neural system or whatever, they're kind of out more feeding, especially again during the murky water. I was the only one out there on the beach that day. Well, besides one other person. I was like surfing, and there was somebody else like taking a surf lesson, maybe like a few yards away. But I start getting to the edge of the beach where the water's pretty much like waist deep, and I'm just kind of waiting there, looking to see if there's like a set coming in, and all of a sudden I just feel some like freaking force just like hit me, and I kind of like almost fall back a little bit, and then I just see this black tipped like fin, and it just starts circling me, and again this is waist deep, and it starts circling me and it starts leaving. And one thing we all know is when they leave, they're planning on coming back. So I just put my board in front of me and I just see the fin like turn around. It starts coming towards me, just goes under the water, and it just tries to take a bite out of me. And I have the board there, like I'm kind of like hitting it and stuff. And eventually I just see it kind of just give up and leave. And this shark was maybe like 5 feet. Like it was like a baby still. But I started
That's still
thinking,
a problem.
no, it's a problem. But the worst part is like the mother's out there just waiting.
Yeah.
And she's like, what were you doing to my
It gave
kid?
that thing firm instructions to give you a test.
You heard of mama bears. Wait till you
Yeah.
meet mama shark.
Yeah.
My guy, we've all seen like drone footage looking downward at shark attacks in on like sandbars and stuff. Those things are fast as hell in waist deep water. That is terrible.
Oh, it was, and they're powerful, dude. Like being in the ocean as human beings, that's what scares me, being in the ocean at night, because the survival chances are not even 50-50. I mean, it's uneven playing field.
Okay, hear me out. So for me, with the ocean, it's the mass. It's how much of it. It's how one of the homies mentioned that he's afraid of space. Fuck me too, dude. But with the ocean, so what we think of the archaic, or not archaic, I'm sorry if anybody subscribes, but the idea of the firmament, right, between us and the heavens.
Are you coming after flat earthers right now?
It's not very demonstrable, but you know what firmament is demonstrable? The surface tension of the ocean. Once you plot beneath that, you're an entirely different world that's made up of so many different pelagic zones that each have their own level of like kill you instantly. On the opposite end, my personal, I don't even know that it's a fear, but it elicits an immediate visceral reaction from me is nothing. The void and all that, of course, but no, if I look up the side of a building, it's that like open space that will give me vertigo, and I get the same effect from heights, but it's like not the looking down and being afraid, it's the broadness of it. I think it like my monkey brain gets tripped up by it, and so Fall did that really well. It was, it's in the
Fall
title,
was
and it's
excellent. Yeah.
Fall was so much cooler than it needed to be. We're eating vultures and like,
Fall,
dude. Oh my
Fall
god.
had me going. Trivia moment for those watching. I'll drop this in real quick. The mechanical shark used on set for the movie Jaws was notoriously unreliable. What was its nickname? Named after Spielberg's lawyer. Don't say it.
I feel like this is a very popular name for lawyers. I know at least 2 lawyers with this name in real life.
Cloffinch? No, never mind.
I think it's the first name.
Bruce.
I'm going to give it to you both because you, T-Dub and Chickapedia popped up within the same second for me. So I'm going to put you both in. But yes, Bruce was the name.
That's awesome.
I wish sharks did have a theme song like in Jaws or something, because that way it would be so much better than to just have to keep looking down every 2 seconds. Because dude, those fuckers are fast. Like what the hell, man? Like those things are just like, they're freaking, like I'm telling you, all the way to the shore. Like there's been so many attacks in South Florida as of late. It's crazy. Like I don't know what's going on with the whole atmosphere and all that electrical stuff that's happening in their heads, because I know their brains work based on some electrical impulse of like the way the earth works or something.
So I live on the coast in Massachusetts, and the ocean water here is always murky. You can never see anything, and I'm always kind of freaked out to go in it. In fact, last year we went to this area where I live, and you can jump off this dock into the ocean, and there were like jellyfish swimming all around. My friends are like, just jump in anyway. I was like, I can't. couldn't do it.
Dude, I'm glad he didn't. It's not worth it, man.
I mean, they
Murky
were
water.
little, right? Are they harmless?
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm glad
but
you didn't.
It freaked me out. I'm
Oh, the
like,
jellyfish?
do it. Yeah.
You've seen the what was it? The spear?
These were just little baby ones swimming about.
Like what was the ocean horror movie? I don't know if it was the spear where like the jellyfish get inside the guy's helmet or something.
That's terrifying.
Giant jellyfish? Is that Leviathan?
What?
No, was it Leviathan? I don't. Damn.
All I know is like
I
you're
don't know.
supposed to pee
Get
on
this.
jellyfish wounds. That's all I remember. Like,
Oh, that's not
You
real,
can use
actually.
meat tenderizer.
Meat and
Meat tenderizer. We always just take it with us to the beach. It works.
any murky water in a lake or the ocean, I can't. It bothers me.
Dude, that's valid, man. Trust me. Like, either you're dealing with like, and there's like even a possibilities of either. I think it's either gators or crocodile. Like, there's been times they've been out on the beach, like we've seen them, and it's like you don't belong
The
there.
megalodon, however you say it.
The one from Lake
Megalodon.
Placid.
Megalodon.
Killer Crocs.
Last name Aladon, first name Meg.
Yeah, there you go.
You just see Jason Statham come out of the beach out of nowhere. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, I
That's
love it though
why
when he,
you
when he
always
punches
pack-
the Meg, right? That cinema classic right there.
It was-
Classic moment.
I always pack a crucifix to the beach. I'm trying to LL Cool J this.
I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen Sharktopus from the Sci-Fi Channel, classic. The classic sci-fi original
It's
Shark.
very highbrow.
It's one of their
Yeah.
tent poles.
Yes. That one and Ghost Shark, I think.
I love Ghost Shark. I am unapologetically in love with Ghost
Sand
Shark.
Shark.
It comes out of a
Like-
red Solo cup at one point, right? Like, yes. Oh, and the
And a bottle in the street.
yeah, the slip and slide.
Yep. It's so good.
Dude,
Oh man, Animal
Isn't
Attack.
there like
weekend.
cornfield sharks too? Is that a movie?
Sharks
God.
and corn? Yeah.
Sharks and corn and sand sharks.
It's probably better than Children of the Corn. Sorry. Spoiler for upcoming episode of
I
13
am a
Nights of Halloween.
fan for Children of the Corn 4.
Children of the Corn. It's not perfect, but
Children of the Corn 4 was.
I thought we were talking about the first one. Okay.
Oh, I was talking about the first one. I am not a fan of that film. He Who Walks Behind the Rose.
Yeah. Not every Stephen King story is a winner.
Oh,
But
the
it's
the
a pretty good film.
Chikipedia. I think the story is fine. It is the film itself that. Jaws is one of those movies that I truly think is nearly perfect. I think it is just one of those movies that everything, and it's accidental that we don't see the shark. Like, it wasn't intended for us to not see the shark for an hour and 20 minutes, but it is one of the perfect examples of what we can't see
Of course.
is scarier than what we do see. Like,
Mhm.
everything fired on all cylinders for that film.
And
But
for the record, Tiffany, you should be ashamed of yourself. Go watch that damn movie right
Okay.
now.
My wife
I
thinks
can
it's
give you a better
boring
take
AF.
than that.
My wife thinks it's so boring, but
I'll play Devil in the Shoulder. Start with 3D,
Oh.
and it only gets better from there.
hey, yeah, watch them in reverse. Start with 3D, watch 2, and then watch.
Oh no! Start with 4.
Oh, start with the revenge.
Yeah, you see the shark like twice in the whole film, and I think that was intentional because they didn't have the budget for it.
Oh, buddy. Y'all have any cool haunted houses growing up in your neighborhoods? I had 2 families that would war against each other each year to see who could do the most elaborate one. First, it was like you walked into their kitchen the first time, and then the next year they built up more of like a pathway, and then eventually they had like bops and boops and traps and like put your hand in to find the peeled grapes and whatnot.
You're asking about staged haunted houses?
Yeah.
I lived in a
Oh,
real
Mott's.
one, but I'll wait.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Not yet.
I want others to tell their stories, and then I can tell my haunted house story because
Tell us your fears.
GC and Jordan already heard my haunted. Well,
When you hear it again,
okay, I'll tell it again, but
tell
Somebody
us
else-
your fears. Who's next? We're looking at you, Q.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go ahead.
yeah,
Tell the
go.
biggest fears, right? So
Just get in
um,
here.
Yeah, buddy.
I will say movies that really put a lot of fear into me, and I still look at it because I've had nightmares about it. The biggest fear to me is, the fear of an asteroid striking Earth at any moment.
It's
Knowing
space.
the fact that-
Space has been brought up again.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Knowing the fact that, it's something that killed the dinosaurs.
The Great Reset.
Yeah. There's another reset. That's my biggest fear.
So do we need to talk about 3-Eye Atlas right now? Everybody watching 3-Eye Atlas in space?
I was going to say, there's one supposed to either hit us or come near us in 2029. Are you ready, Q?
I'll be prepared. I got to find me a doomsday shelter.
You got to go full Azura's Wrath and hit it with the Buddhist palm to catch it and deflect it. You got to hit triangle at the right moment when it glows yellow, and you'll get a parry.
There we go.
Is that for real? I thought you were talking about like a movie.
It's a game. No, it's a game. Azura's Wrath is.
Oh, you're talking about a game. The 3-1 Atlas. Sorry. Is that what you said?
3-Eye Atlas. Yeah. No, that is so. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've just kind of casually watched some YouTube videos. That is the object in space that the government,
like Manhattan sized, right?
are watching. That they say clearly does not appear to be natural. It appears to be a made structure moving towards Earth.
Isn't that the one they're calling? I think someone nicknamed Apophis.
I haven't seen that.
It's a Greek goddess that they named it after. That's like a god of destruction.
Oh wow!
And they named this asteroid that.
What a great way to name something. It's like a god of destruction.
They say it's
get here in November.
They say it's about 12. Violet Rook in the comments he's been watching it, but he says it's 12 miles long. There's a ton of stuff online. Some of it is just AI generated crap that people have spread, but some of it is genuinely like. That's bizarre. They sent some radio signals out to it just to see what would happen, and they got signals back that were intelligent.
Like what?
Like had
Spice Girls?
Yeah. They sent back some scary spice. Specifically. Mel B's voice traveled through space.
It was Ben Affleck saying something from Armageddon.
Give it to us in 4K.
Give Mel B in 4K. We did get signals back that were like intelligent, rhythmic. But it's cool. It's fascinating to watch because no one really knows what it is, and it's supposed to be here like closest to us in December. There's people online saying NASA needs to alter one of its satellites to kind of get as close as physically possible to take some photos of it. But that's like you mentioned, space is scary. It still freaks me out that we know less about our oceans than we do about space.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, space, I believe there's some weirdness up there in space, and I'm all for it. Right now I could use an alien invasion. So
well, as long as they don't make us pay more taxes.
Exactly.
I'm just like, no more bills, please.
We have far bigger things to worry about at that point, and then I'm done. And so,
look, I'm all for alien invasions. Just keep the asteroids away.
And the probing. I don't want to be probed.
No probing, please.
As long as oh my gosh, they're gonna come to serve man, right?
Hey, as long as we end up like Mars Attacks, I'm fine. So Mars.
I'll work tech support. I'm good, man. I'll be like, you know what? I'll help you guys fix your gadgets. Just don't probe me.
I would love to
they call you to fix the probe.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Space dogs and shit. Yeah.
Call the probe guy.
There's just somebody waiting to be probed, and I'm like, hey, sorry, it's only gonna take a second. Let's just get this going. Happens every week.
Oh, no,
I'm just here to do a job. Okay.
This one goes in the butt.
Oh my God. I'm going to look into this. This is fascinating.
3-Eye Atlas has a lot of really fascinating stuff. So, and like 98% of it is speculative. So,
yeah.
But it is all the cults that are going to pop up and like drink the Kool-Aid ahead of time.
Oh, they're out there already waiting. Like they're like, this is Armageddon. Yeah. This is 2012, but a little delayed.
I mean, it's got to be end of days, right? Scream Factory is probably going under.
Talk about scary, man.
What's the TLDR on that? I saw something about it, but I didn't see the actual story.
They haven't made an announcement, as far as I know, so people are just speculating.
People
I can't. I don't want them to go under because right now they own one of my favorite films that no one has seen. and they haven't released a physical copy of it. It is only available through the Shout Factory channel on Tubi, but I need them to release the physical copy before they go under. And that movie is called State Park. State Park. It is.
I don't know.
It is a just stupid, hilarious 80s summer camp movie that I enjoy the heck out of, but it's not available on physical.
I'm going to ask you the title one more time.
State Park, or it was also known as Heavy Metal Summer.
Oh, yeah. Well, fuck yeah. There you go.
But it is Heavy Metal Summer is the better name. But Shout Factory releases it on Tubi. But there is no DVD. There is no Blu-ray. I have not been able to find it at all. I would pay so much money to have that movie because it is just so dumb. I watch it so much during the summer. It is fantastic.
And not even, did you try like an import? Like a German edition or something?
Dude, I can't even find it. The only things I was able to find were some VHS copies from the 90s. That was it.
Did you try sailing the 7 seas and just downloading it?
No,
Dude, I just found it for you at $10 in stock.
On Blu-ray or
DVD.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Heavy
He's
Metal
like, oh,
Summer. I don't know. It's mediacollectibles.com.
Wait, Heavy Metal Thunder or Heavy Metal Summer?
Heavy Metal Summer. Sorry.
Okay, because there is one very close. I'll look at that.
It's One Wild Campsite. Is this it?
Yep.
I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I think so. Well, hey, I clearly didn't look hard enough.
Aaron just opened his browser, just the first one. He's like,
yeah,
I've been looking for years. I'm like, it's right here.
Aaron's got like 20 bookmarks of things I wouldn't even know, and he's like, "Oh, let me check this one."
I don't know if it's a reputable seller, but I'll send you the.
So let me drop another piece of trivia for those in the giveaway. Since we were talking about space, before settling on the title of Alien, screenwriter Dan O'Bannon's script had 2 working titles. Name one of them.
UFOs. I'm kidding. That's not true. Nobody put that in there. Dude, I do want to add one quick thing about the whole Scream Factory thing. Guys, whoever's watching this, listen, just don't freak out. Don't listen to all the fear mongering and all the crazy stuff. I mean, in the end of the day, like if we look at how businesses work, like it's just a business thing. It's more of just keeping an eye and waiting for announcements and stuff. If nobody, when somebody's going under when they put in for bankruptcy, that's like the nail in the coffin. But none of that is happening. They're just minor transitions. This happens with every corporation at the end of the year. And usually they start off the year with layoffs or they end the year with layoffs. This is all normal when you get bought by a company. Like I feel like a lot of people out there are bored and they got no better content to make. So they're just making people panic and buy things and stuff like that. And it's like, don't do it. Like, don't feed into it.
I've been preaching the same thing, GC. I've been basically saying the same thing on Instagram. Like, it's best to just wait for the information to come from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
If it's something that's going to be that bad, I'm pretty sure they'll make an announcement on it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Was that your post today on Instagram?
Yeah.
Saying, why are you putting all these videos out if you don't know them? Like, if you don't know.
Yeah.
It's all speculative. Mm-hmm. So I heard they were acquired and that they might just be shutting down their storefront, but that they're not going to stop making movies. So but they haven't announced it yet. So
I mean, the bigger thing that I look at is they just acquired like the rights for all those Hong Kong pictures, like the John Woo movies and everything. So I would think that it'd be crazy for them to just abandon physical media when they've got rights to all those nice John Woo movies.
Yeah. If anything, this is probably good for the community because instead of just getting their stuff on Amazon and like their website, now you'll be able to get a lot more stuff like in stores like Walmart, for example. Imagine this helps bring physical media back to retail because the Friday the 13th box set is at Walmart. Yep. Like when would we have ever seen something like that? And that's so cool.
Faces of Death. Whoever imagined that?
Yeah, Faces of Death in Walmart. My buddy was talking to me about that movie because he's into he's watching the snuff film stuff, and he's like, "I bet you've never seen this." And I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not really into snuff film. That's not my thing." So like, it's not a flex, but I was like, also, you're not that. He's like, I have to use a VPN to watch it. And I'm like, dude, they sell Faces of Death at Walmart. I'm pretty sure you're okay.
And there's like a Lionsgate remake coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like VPNing to like Greece or some other country. It's like, dude, just go to Walmart.
Totally.
That's hilarious. He's like, the government's watching. It's like, no, just go to.
They're watching everything you do, man. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta.
And if anyone has done a Scream Factory video or a post discussing it, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody. It's a hot topic right now, so you're definitely tapping into something that people care about.
Also, Warner Brothers is for sale, and that's something I've been watching recently.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Studio? Or
yeah, that was speculation for a minute.
That's going to be a big one.
If there's anything that needs to have a bigger discussion right now, it's that. Because, you know, if Netflix or even Amazon gets hold of that, we won't be able to get any of those physical releases anymore from Warner Brothers, and they've got a huge catalog.
So I will, dude, in Netflix, that's my biggest complaint. I was talking to Steven from After Hours about this back when we did our Fear Street coverage, because I want the first Fear Street trilogy. I would pay money to have that on physical, because that's a fun trilogy.
It is.
And Netflix won't do it. They've released Wednesday, and they've released Stranger Things. But I'm hard pressed to find some of their movies, and I hate that business model. It makes me want to like never watch Netflix. But they occasionally have good stuff. But I'm also like,
they're very much against physical media.
Yeah, because they want you to pay, and quite frankly, I guess I pay, but I get it through my phone provider, and that's the only reason I have it. Otherwise, I would cancel it because I don't want to pay for that. I would rather. Like, my wife and I are at a point where we would rather purchase everything we want to watch and have it on our shelf, because one day when the aliens invade and we lose access to internet, we're not going to be able to watch Netflix. So while the aliens are invading, I'm going to pull my Kino Lorber copy of Columbo off the shelf, and I'm going to be watching Columbo while the aliens are invaded.
I just want to watch Armageddon while that Atlas comet comes into Earth.
Yeah,
I just want to sit there and just one last time.
What was the Aerosmith song that was just so cringy? The love ballad that came out with that, with Liv Tyler. We're talking about the same movie, right?
Yeah, no, we are. Yeah. We're talking about that Criterion masterpiece
movie that came out around the same time. Sometimes I get them mixed up.
I want to time it just right, so that way I'm just hanging out with Will Smith, no, Bruce Willis, at the end there of Armageddon.
I'm pretty sure at that point you could ask AI, it's like, hey, the 3i Atlas is supposed to be here in the next hour. When should it, or tomorrow at 8 p.m. When should I start Armageddon in order to line up properly?
Just make it as efficient as possible.
I love that.
Yeah.
So does nobody have like real life paranormal experience? Wait, Jessica. Oh, okay. Q, you got something? Jessica,
So
you have a story too.
You first, then
Q,
me.
Q.
You
Okay.
first, you first.
So my story is a little morbid. So back
it.
when back when I was like 17 or 18 years old, me, my sister, her best friend, my stepbrother, every Friday night we'll get out the Ouija board, and we'll sit there and
You!
Well, of course something has happened.
The one thing you don't do.
Have you never seen a horror movie?
So
I'm proud of you, Q. I'm on your side about this.
So we sitting around playing around with it. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, you know, this is stupid. this thing is not moving on its own. And we're sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm not putting any movement on it. They're saying they're not doing it. It's moving around. So we're sitting there asking it a bunch of questions. And my sister's friend at the time asked it something stupid and was like, how much longer do I have here on Earth? So immediately the thing goes to 2. Doesn't say how long that 2 is.
Decades, years, minutes, weeks.
Yeah.
Centuries.
And so, and
no.
and listen, the crazy thing about it is you guys can look this up after I talk about it. But I remember that night going to sleep. I remember seeing shadows at every corner of the bedroom. And I would just cover my head up with the blanket, like, please go away. And I could feel this like pressure, and it was cold at certain times. So it's pretty bizarre. But that's my paranormal experience with it. But the morbid side of the story was 2 years later, her friend died in a bus accident.
Whoa.
So here in Huntsville, we have like a memorial spot where the bus landed. It was a freak accident where like there was a bus full of kids that were traveling, and one kid actually swerved in front of the bus. The bus goes right over the overpass, and it crashed. And it killed 4 people, and one of those people that died was my sister's friend. So
I take it back. I don't love morbid. I'm sorry for saying that.
Sorry.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I feel like, considering how he started the story, you should have known how it was going to end.
I still support your Ouija board usage.
Oh, I haven't touched a Ouija board since, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I haven't touched one since.
Yeah.
My wife had a similar experience in college. She was a big cat person before she met me, and then I told her that dogs are better, and she has since experienced that. But she was really close to this cat growing up, and in college, she and some friends were doing something similar. I don't think they had a Ouija board, but like they were like, let's do a spell or whatever. Let's try to talk to a dead spirit. And so she tried to talk to her cat and bring the cat back. And then she woke up at night to a presence in the room, like standing over her bed, that she was totally freaked out. She could tell it better than I could, but she's in bed. But yeah, she tried to summon something, and she did. It was just not her dead cat Snickers. So you don't mess with that. You don't do it.
You don't know what's going to come on the other side. You open that door, something's coming through it.
Yeah.
I think that's how you create a tulpa.
Don't you own the Conjuring series?
I do.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This was pre-Conjuring. This was like, in my defense, this was like maybe 2004. So,
what was? Oh, we just coming up in 13 Nights of Halloween. We talked about the movie Pie Wacket, which if the person summons a demon to help with something, and the results are what she wanted, but not how she wanted it. And it's the same idea. Like, you're asking for something, but you have no idea what that thing
is. Like the Wishmaster movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you want your wish. You want to have a bunch of money, and then you like, all of a sudden you have millions of dollars inside your body, and it kills you from the inside or something.
Be careful what you wish for. Yeah. I used to Ouija board when I was a kid, and I talked to this ghost named Chester. And it was kind of fun for a while, and I asked Chester to give me the lottery number so I could win the lottery. I had my parents go buy the ticket. Needless to say, we did not win the lottery, and I never really talked to Chester after that. That was the end.
Chester's a liar and a fat mouth.
Dead to me, right? You liar, Chester. Decades later, I'm still torn up by it.
So Chester was probably your friend moving the planchette.
Probably, yeah.
So
Aaron,
Jessica...
It didn't do anything when it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, right. What were you going to say, GC?
I was going to say, you go and you get your Ouija board, you dust it off, and you tell Chester to wash out his mouth with soap for being such a liar.
Just start the cut. Chester, you're
watching Chester. Not cool.
Imagine he comes in the comments, all of a sudden he's like, the handle's like Chester, Aaron's friend.
Chester, you pull a host right here.
Yeah.
Jessica, you had a slightly paranormal story to share.
I did. My dead
Yeah.
grandmother murdered our dog.
Wow.
Like
That's it right there.
before or after dying?
After dying. So it's the title's a little bit of a joke, but not really.
Okay.
So
That
I
same
was-
dark sense of humor can be found throughout her novels.
This is true. This is true. This story will probably end up in a book at some point. But I was raised by my mother and her parents, and my grandmother that took me to see Arachnophobia. She passed away when I was about 21. Yes, when I was 21, she died of kidney failure. And I was going to school in Arizona. I'm from Texas. I was going to school in Arizona, so I wasn't there when she died. I came home, and the house was fine. I'm going to say that. When someone dies of kidney failure, it doesn't smell good. And my grandmother had been in hospice, and my mom had managed to get the smell out of the house. This is important. So it's very, very sad. The morning of the funeral at like 5 a.m., my mom comes into my bedroom screaming, "Jessica, she's dying." And I was like, "She's already dead. What the fuck are you talking about?" Our dog was curled up in the bathroom, dying under the sink. And the bathroom stank like kidney failure disease smell.
Oh wow.
And it had not been there when I got there. I had never really smelled it because I had been in and out of town, and I wasn't there when it got really bad, so I didn't know the smell. I walked into the room and I was like, "What is that?" And she was like, "That is your grandmother." And we ended up taking the dog to the vet and putting her to sleep because that was it. She was 16, and it was a little Yorkie, and she was like little skin and bones. So after it happens, which it was fantastic way to lose a family dog, because when you've just lost grandma, no one really cares about the dog that much. But I'm standing there and I'm like, "So can we bury her with grandma?" And my mom goes, "That's Jessica. No, they don't do things like that." And she shamed me. And we go home, we get ready for the funeral, we go to the church, and the pastor and the funeral director meet us out front. And the funeral director goes to our church, so we know him. And my mom is sobbing about the dog, and he's like, "Where is the dog?" And my mom is like, "At the vet." And he goes, "Well, let's go get her. We can bury her with Helen." And we didn't have anybody to go get the dog, so they sent the hearse to go get the dog during the funeral.
Wow.
And the hearse rolled up and picked up the dog, and she's buried with my grandmother.
Say, "Ha, told you, Mom."
See?
Well,
Oh,
Make sure
that was
to
the
pick up
biggest
the
I
right
told you
dog.
so ever. I was like cheering outside of my grandmother's
Yeah,
funeral that I
that's-
was right about something.
Dude, that's better. That's better than a $5 ending, if you ask me.
Dude, that ending though had me like cheering. It's like the end of Big Fish. I was like, "Yeah, here we go. Everybody's together again. Beautiful."
Yeah.
And the smell went away.
Oh my god.
That's wild. She was like, "I'm taking the dog."
Grandma
with
wanted
me."
the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm taking
Grandma
the
wanted
dog
the
with
dog.
me.
I'm taking the dog.
Hey,
Hey,
my dog
You
has
see the dog? Well,
necrotizing.
Hopefully the vet gave them the right dog.
My dog has.
Oh,
Hey, Jessica. Yes.
oh god.
Can I ask?
I have to tell my mom.
You laugh, but that has happened before in my
Oh,
own
dude.
hospital.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Hey, Jessica. Can I ask how old you were when this happened?
21.
Gotcha. This is just reactionary being in the field. And, I'm sure you're past it. Probably don't even need to hear this anymore. I know that smaller dogs live longer, but to have made it to 16,
Oh
the
yeah.
thing was clearly lucky to have you guys.
Oh,
just
yeah.
as you were lucky to have them. And I'm glad that they are back with grandma.
Yeah. As an adult, I had 2 miniature pinchers, and they made it to 16 as well. We always get little
That's
tiny dogs.
awesome.
And they made it to
awesome.
16 as well. And that was, yeah.
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 My
Oh, I miss
my
those.
oldest boy only made it to 9, but he was a
Oh,
giant.
wow.
He was this guy right here. He was a borzoi, 130 pounds of huge pain in the ass and massive personality.
Oh, wow. My little Australian Shepherd currently has necrotizing fasciitis, so that's fun.
Oh.
But
Is it localized?
so she got like a wound.
Yeah.
Last week I was supposed to join GC and Jordan.
It was like a
and
snake bite? What happened?
No,
Is it one of
so-
those brown recluses?
No, I was supposed to join them for an episode. I rented the movie, watched the movie, went upstairs to let the dogs out to pee,
Yeah.
and then I hear, as I'm making dinner, I hear my dog yelp and come running back to the door. And she's acting funny, and we think she stepped on something. And
So
I
there
don't
was
see anything.
so there was an event that you could trace it to.
Well, yeah, I don't see anything on her paws.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, she's fine. And then we go back down, we start eating dinner, and I look over at her side, and she's like breathing heavy. She won't touch treats. She doesn't want her ball, which she's an Australian Shepherd. If she doesn't want her ball, something is wrong.
Yeah.
So we look, and my wife goes, I think there's blood on her side. And I look at her fur, and there's blood. And then I move her fur, and there's a hole, a 2-inch hole in her side that goes all the way through to the abdominal wall. You can see, and so we rushed. It was like 8:30. I'm trying to call GC, like, GC, dude, I'm so sorry. I got to take my dog to the emergency vet. We think what had happened was she pees like a boy dog. She lifts her leg, and there's a rose bush in our yard. And so when we brought her back, she was inspecting that rose bush, and I went out and looked, and her fur is like stuck to it. But I think the rose bush had been trimmed back, and I think she like set her leg down and had punctured her skin.
Yeah, it's a decent puncture.
Yeah. Well, it had gone up, and then I think a thorn had ripped a chunk out of her side when she tried to get off of it. And so now she's all stitched up. There's a lot of wound detail. Sorry, guys. Now she's all stitched up, but the skin around the stitches is turning black. So we're taking her back to the vet tomorrow to figure that out. So that's been a fun week. Had so much fun with this.
Much love to you, buddy. Steroid treatments and laser therapy for puppy dog.
We'll see what the vet recommends, hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just bruising, maybe? Like, hopefully it's just that.
It is black and dry, and that's
Yeah.
there is some bruising, but I'm pretty sure this looks like on Botched when people have bad plastic surgery and their skin rots. That's kind of what it looks like.
Oh god.
But
keep us updated in the chat, buddy.
Yeah, we're calling tomorrow to get her back in. Anyways, anyone else have a haunted story before I repeat my haunted house story?
Dude, I've got one.
Yes.
I've probably said it before. I have a few, but I'm gonna do a little icebreaker and get the feet.
And I think I want to go after you, Tim.
There we go. But I do want to say, Tim, I think the universe felt bad for what happened to your dog, and it was like, you know what? Let's give Jordan the win for the giveaway.
Yeah, he won the giveaway.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Let me tell you guys about how crazy that is. How much your words like actually impact things. I'm joking around with Jordan, and right before he wins, because it was like 11 people in the thing, so the chances are 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 11. And I tell him right before, imagine you win live, and I spin that wheel live, and it lands like it's like passing somebody else's name, and I'm in my head, I'm thinking, no way, like he's just like a little tiny little centimeter away. And then it just right when it looks like it's gonna stop, it goes up and it lands on Jordan.
It goes
right, and it was, I almost lost it. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, what are the odds?" Especially after saying that. But I knew Tim would be happy to hear it.
It was
awesome. And I already shipped it to him, so he'll have it before Halloween.
Yeah. Hopefully, it hasn't, not yet, but we'll see.
Yeah,
awesome.
dude.
Cool.
But as far as for the ghost story, so this happened when I was a kid, and it was so we're all familiar with the Llorona, or the crying woman, right? The old folklore and stuff. Well, for anybody that's not, it's a woman that, from my understanding, her husband, he went out to war, and he died. Like, he never came back and stuff. And I guess like the grief of all that, like it was so much for her.
Oh, it's her children. She's looking for her kids.
Well, no, so she ended up drowning her kids
Yes,
down in
thank
the
you.
river. Yeah. So it was just, I guess, the whole trauma of losing her husband and all that stuff. She ended up drowning them and then kind of just started walking around through town, like pretty much like crying and saying like mis hijos or like my kids. So that's pretty much the folklore with her. Again, from the way I learned it. And this was back when I was living in California in Riverside County. This was up in the mountains. I'm talking about like dirt roads. You have to walk down like the foot of the mountain to get to the mailbox type situation. And yeah, they did. They did make a movie. It's kind of like sort of part of the Conjuring thing.
Yeah,
I've
it's,
seen a couple
second
movies.
one.
One of them was better than the other.
it's
Yeah.
better than any of his Conjuring films. But anyways,
But yeah, it was okay a movie. I still recommend it, checking it out. But so I'm in school and I had just moved there, and where I lived in that area, it was a lot of folklore. Like kids were always saying scary stories. They were always talking about like stuff like Candyman, Bloody Mary, all that. It was just it was like Halloween all year around. And I remember overhearing these kids, and they were talking about the Llorona, and this kid was like, "Oh, I could have swore I seen her, this and that." And I just kind of, they see me like peeping in, listening, and I just start asking them, like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they start telling me the whole story. So a few nights later, um, I wake up in the middle of the night, late at night, and it was something where we had a light outside, down like almost like it was in the yard, like one of those light posts. But again, it was for the most part everything's pitch black except that, where you could still kind of see the dirt road. And out of nowhere, I hear crying, and I look out the window, and I just see a woman like walking super slow in like this old clothing that looks old and
Nope.
dirty and torn.
Nope.
And she's just
Nope.
slowly
Nope.
walking down the
Nope.
dirt road crying, but like creepy like. And then at one point she just stands there. She doesn't turn to me or anything, but she just stands there right in front of the house. And dude, let me
Ew.
tell you, holy shit. Like that was one of the first things I've ever seen as a
Yeah.
kid. And let me tell you, like, man, like
how old were you? Did you say?
dude, I was probably like around like 8 or 9 years old. And let me tell you, like, I remember it. Like,
You
it
were
wasn't
that-
like,
You were
my-
prime snatching age for La Llorona.
yeah, no, yeah. I was just like, I was sitting there and I see her just standing there, and immediately I'm like, nope. I just get back
Smart
under the
kid.
covers, and I'm like, oh God, please. But man, what a scary, like, I've never saw it again, but it could have just been some other random person, a homeless person, but it was just so perfect. The way the description, the way what she was doing, the way she just stood in front of the house, of all the places she could have stopped, she just stood there like in a horror movie. And it was like the Ring type situation. But that's one of the stories. But yeah.
Just another one?
Oh no, I have a ton of
Does it
stories.
also
but
include a Mexican celebrity? Because like as a little brown kid over here, your La Llorona story gets me like El Cucuy. No,
El
thank
Cucuy.
you. Dude, no, that's my Theo on the other side of the door. I don't want nothing to do with that, dude.
Dude, there's nothing like Mexican folklore like that, like stories, especially when you live up in the mountains.
Mm.
I mean, dude, when it gets dark living in like in those rural places where you can't see like a foot in front of you,
Yeah.
it really gets to you, man.
Have you ever heard of the Lore Lodge on YouTube?
No.
I watch him a lot, but he dives into he's a medieval historian, but he dives into a lot of different lore. I almost shared his video about the Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
And he goes into the lore of the Blair Witch and some true or historical records that they kind of pulled from, because Blair Witch is definitely fictionalized for the film. But he has this whole idea that it's not a witch. He was like, based on the things that happened throughout the movies, I have this other theory based on these historical records. And he goes into lore from like Ireland and whatever. And it's fascinating stuff. The Lore Lodge, he's got a lot of cool little videos about like Appalachia and things that go on there. He's got New Mexico stuff. It's some cool urban legends and lore, and he breaks them down and tries to go into historical records like Native American stories and where these things came from. And it's fun stuff.
Can we all agree that as out of anything that could be scary out there, supernatural, you name it, the world ending, all that stuff, but by far one of the most unsolved things is nature. It's all these parks
Yeah.
where
We
they're
have
so
the Superstition Mountains out here.
the
Straight
superstition.
up, they're just straight up called the Superstition Mountains, and if you hear whistling out there, just leave.
I've
Just-
heard, dude, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the Superstition Mountains. I've seen so
Come
many
hang out, dude.
videos. Have you been there?
Yeah, dude, it's like 2 hours from here.
Oh.
In a metropolitan area.
Did you feel it? Did you feel
Yeah.
anything? Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm the type to challenge these kinds of things, so I do like to stay past midnight at places, and this place made me uncomfortable. I love it. Let's go hang out there sometime. Travel to Arizona.
Oh god.
So the inspiration
Oh, have an actual campfire.
the inspiration for the book GC gave away that I wrote, I got it when I toured Indiana State Sanatorium. Well, like the idea had been in my brain for years because I used to watch the original Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi Channel, and I loved that show growing up. And then I watched YouTube Ghost Hunters. But then when I visited Indiana State Sanatorium, which all the YouTube Ghost Hunters, I'm 75% of them fake stuff. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that.
It's fun.
But it's still fun stuff. I love it basically for the urban exploration as much as anything else. But I toured it myself, and it was so cool. But you can rent the entire place for yourself for $1,000 to stay overnight. And I'm like, me and my siblings are like, that's what we want to do for Christmas. We want to split the cost of that and stay in Indiana State Sanatorium overnight, because we toured it during the day, which is $25, and it's open to the public.
Yeah.
And it's like super cheap, but it's super cool. And you're running into people everywhere though. But I want to go at night, and I'm not going to be in there like, come and touch me, ghost. That's not me. But I'm like, I don't like the YouTubers who go in there with like, I have the Spirit Talker app, and they just said the word Samantha, and I'm like, okay, shut up. I want to go in there and like.
Do you guys think any of those like supposed spirit boxes or any of those tools actually work?
I don't think so.
No.
I would still bring a dots projector somewhere. I would bring all this stuff just for the off chance that I get anything, or I can placebo myself into it. I'm talking about standing in the corner of one room while leaving my flashlight down the hall in the other one just to get the spookiest shadows possible.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Well,
If you're renting it for $1,000, you get all the spooky you can.
well, I think Tim, you forgot one thing, man. I think you gotta let the beautiful people watching know the name of this book that you were inspired to write.
Oh, like, comment, survive.
There we go.
That was it. Yeah.
Guys, go buy this book. We're not just we're not pitching it because Tim is my friend. Like we wouldn't.
Did you
sell
finish it
something.
yet, GC?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
Like I have not, and I don't listen. I don't need to finish it to recommend it because this book is amazing. Like it really is, man. Like I'm excited for Jordan to read it and check it out. Like it's, if you love Blair Witch and you love and reading and horror and found footage, this is it.
It's on Amazon. There's a hardcover edition too.
I'm weird with compliments, guys.
Listen, you take those damn compliments.
You do it to me all the time.
I know, and now I'm getting it back, and it feels weird. I'm sorry.
Everybody pile in. Let's get Tim with compliments.
Man,
I'd like to point out you were making fun of him for using a Ouija board, and you're going to stay overnight in a place like that. Haven't you seen some horror movies?
Yes, but I will say my intention would not to be to go in there and antagonize, because that's okay. That brings me back to what I was going to say. GC was asking about these devices that work. We have haunted house stories from decades before any of these devices were invented. So I don't believe for a place to be haunted, the devices have to work. And frankly, I would rather them not work. I don't think I would rather them not work. I don't think Stephen King went into the Shining Hotel that night and was sitting there with his Spirit Talker app open, being like, is there anybody? Like, I don't believe that's what happened. No. So I would rather go into a place that is supposed to be haunted and see if I experience something just being there, like I did in the house I lived in. Segue. Serge, you were going to tell a story. Did you tell it?
No, I want to go after you.
Okay.
So I lived in this farmhouse that I rented, same one with the giant moths on the outside of it that made me sleep in my car. It was, so we rented it. It was me, another guy I was coaching and swimming with. He was training for Olympic trials. He was renting an apartment on his own, but he was looking to get married soon. And I was like, dude, let's save money. This old farmhouse is available. The catch is it hasn't been updated. We get to update it however we want. We can stay there for $200 a person. That's it. Everything. $200 a person. And he's like, seriously, I'm paying like $1,200 right now back in 2015. And so we moved in. It was me, my brother, the guy I was coaching with, and the family member that I knew through church, the family member of the person who owned it. So it was the four of us. And we started asking, like, it was a cool older farmhouse. It wasn't super big. It was definitely old. We had a giant, like, 70s refrigerator built in that was brown and didn't work. So we had a working refrigerator next to it. And I'm like, this doesn't work. Can you remove it? But it was going to cost, like, you had to take out the cabinets to take out the fridge.
Probably
So
like real wood paneling.
yeah, it was one of those places. So we asked about, like, okay, this was his grandmother's place and she died. And so we started asking questions about, like, well, did she die in the house? And he would just kind of chuckle and not really answer us. Like, man, and I'm like, that doesn't bother me. I was in the room when my grandmother died when I was in 8th grade. And we still stayed at her house. Her house was haunted too, but that was before she died. But we started asking questions and we still moved in. My brother and I were the first two to move in. And we picked out our beds upstairs. We didn't have a lot of possessions at that time. I had just turned 20. No, I think I lived there from 2011 to 2014. So I had just turned 21. And I moved in. And my brother and I have separate rooms next to each other. We're all set up. It's night. We're spending the first night in this house. And we hear kitchen cat, like somebody is downstairs ransacking the kitchen, going through all of the cabinets. We just hear the cabinets opening, closing, banging. My brother comes into my room and he's like, what is going on? And I was like, I don't know. Let's go. And so, like, we grab a screwdriver because that's all that's left because we just moved in. We grab a screwdriver and a flashlight and we go down and it's like horror movie comedy where he's like one hand on my shoulder hiding behind me as I go in with the flashlight trying to check out what's going on. Nothing. There's nothing in the house, no cabinets open, nothing. But we both heard the cabinets opening and closing, going nuts. And that was the first thing we experienced. And we mentioned that to everybody who came in. There were a bunch of other stories about the guy I was swimming with. He was really into biking for a while, and he had a friend from college come over and he was biking. And the friend woke up early, was outside getting the bike ready, and my buddy was still asleep. So the friend's outside getting his bike all set up, and he hears the front door open and close. It's a big, heavy wooden door. It made sound. He hears the door slam shut. And so he turns to talk to my friend, and there's nobody there. And so he ends up locked outside of the house while my friend is asleep inside the house. So somebody shut the door on him, like opened and shut the door, not just shut the door, opened it and slammed it shut again. There's that. There was one of my favorite stories was I had a friend with a young kid. I think she was probably 4 or 5 when she came over. She was visiting and we ordered pizza and we're sitting around the living room and we asked the little girl, hey, go get paper plates for all the pizza. She goes into the living room, gets all the paper plates, comes back, and there's one extra plate. And so we ask her, hey, who's this extra plate for? And she goes, for grandma.
Ah!
And we were like,
No.
you don't know that story. You don't know that grandma died in this house. And she brought a plate for grandma for the meal. That got under our skin. There were little things like every night at 9 o'clock, we would hear the sound of a recliner closing.
Oh no!
It was.
Did you hear her? Did you hear the ghost of her knees cracking too?
No, no. But we heard it every. If I should be clear, we didn't hear it every night. We heard it if we were not in the room. We heard it. If we were in the room, we didn't hear it. So if we were in the kitchen, we would hear the sound come from the living room at 9 o'clock, and I'm like, "Grandma's going to bed." Every night at 9. That's what's going on.
Wheel of Fortune's on.
Yep, that's what's going. Yep, she's headed to bed. So that's what it was. I definitely think it was a residual style haunting. But that was one that was regular. There were a couple times like we had taps on the window, and we were at a farmhouse in the country. There's nobody out there. There was nobody, and we would get like a knock at our back door in the kitchen. That I'm like, there's absolutely nobody out there. There's a motion light out there and it's dark. So that didn't happen. But my favorite one that like, it literally made my brother poop himself, but he was on the toilet. So it worked. So when you go in the front door, to the right was a living room addition. Directly ahead was a bathroom with like a sliding pocket door. And then to the left was the dining room. He was alone in the house. He got home, had to go to the bathroom super bad. He went straight to that sliding pocket door bathroom that's right there. He went straight in there, sat down, started doing his business, and he hears and sees the sliding pocket door move in like somebody's leaning on it. So it like clicks in the frame. Like someone's leaning on it.
Just the indention of presence.
Yes. And then he hears clear as day a woman say, "I'm glad he didn't see you."
I'm going to shit myself. I'll see you guys later.
And that was his, like, he was terrified. He left. He got back into his car and he left. But he told that story. And we started thinking just about that story. Like, we think the spirit, I don't want to call it that. The haunting was just the memory of grandma, her energy still in the place. But that one where her voice said, "I'm glad he didn't see you," implied the presence of someone else. The he that she was glad didn't see. Or if she's talking about my brother, glad that he didn't see the third person. So like that implied some stuff that we were not a fan of, but I lived in that. I never felt in danger. It was just like, cool, some weird things are really happening around here. This is fun stuff. But yeah, that was the haunted house I lived in.
Dude, I've been having weird things happening in the last week. And it's been like my dog scared the shit out of me. And he's like he's like an 80-something pound German Shepherd. Like, this dog doesn't scare easily. And I mean, Jordan has Shepherd. Whoever has Shepherd knows these dogs, they're bred to be protection dogs. And I don't know what it, dude, they're I mean, this dog is a killing machine. Like, he's pure muscle. And like in the last week and a half, I've just been having trouble sleeping. Like, I've just been waking up in the middle of the night feeling like there's somebody in the room with me, and I'm all alone. And do you guys remember in the first Conjuring, the scene where the two girls are in the room and there's this shadow behind the door?
How could I forget?
Okay. So I woke up in the middle of the night and there was just enough moonlight coming in through the window. And it's normally where this light hits a certain corner of the room. This time it was not hitting that corner, and it was pure pitch black. And I'm talking about, I kept staring at it, and it was just, my eyes would not adjust to that corner, and it was pitch black, and it felt like something was in the room with me. And it's been happening where I have not been able to sleep. And the other night, my dog.
You start burning sage.
No, I'm gonna have to burn a whole freaking pile of sage at this point.
I mean,
But-
I'm also not sure sage works, but that's what the internet says. So,
Dude, I'll try anything at this
Has
point.
to be true.
But I'll tell you, this place is always like, it's true what you said, Tim, about like living in the farmhouse or living in rural areas when there's nothing around. It's so creepy at night. And my dog, I mean, this like Maverick, he'll hear a cat outside or random like anything, a leaf, and he's like on high alert. But the other night, he's upstairs and he's just asleep, and out of nowhere, he just runs downstairs, turns around, sits at the edge of the stairs, and looks up, and just sits there calmly with his head tilting, like how shepherds do. And then he just looks at me and looks up the stairs and looks at me, and he just walks up to me like scared shitless, and he would not go back upstairs. And I'm thinking, I wonder if one of the other animals are up there. But I look to my left, my cat's there, and then my other little dog's to my right. So I'm like, okay, all the animals are in the room with me, and I'm the only one in this house. So I turn on my camera, right? Because I have a camera in the living room, and I point it up the stairs. Dude, I'm gonna send you a picture of this. It looks like a freaking poltergeist type, paranormal activity type photo, but it's pointing up at these creepy ass stairs, and you see almost like a shadow there. And I keep trying to get the dog to go upstairs, and he won't go upstairs.
do you have it on your computer? Put it up right now. Share it with everybody.
Hold on, I don't have it on the computer. I have it on my phone.
okay.
Because I took a
Okay.
screenshot. But dude, so I go up the stairs, and that dog just sat at the end of the stairs, and he kept staring at me scared, and he would not come up. And I'm calling him, and I'm like, buddy, come up here. And I search the entire upstairs, and then he eventually, after like 20 minutes, he slowly comes up and just sits there and stares into the room, and he would not go in there. And dude, since that happened, have not been able to have a good night's sleep. Like, that's creeped me out on so many levels.
That's wild.
But yeah, I gotta find that screenshot and send it to actually I should be able to access it from here. But dude, oh my god.
That's terrifying.
Our town is home of the I'm gonna be getting on for Aaron's video tomorrow at like just before you start, Aaron, just so you know, because our town is home of the oldest Halloween parade in America.
Oh, cool.
So, and that is tomorrow. But
Oh, sick invite.
but so we'll be going to that. But during the month of October, they do haunted hay wagons where they go around town and talk about stories and legends of the local area. Like, I did not realize the park that's somewhat across the street used to be our first cemetery, and they dug up and moved all the graves. And I'm like, I saw a poltergeist. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you moved everything. And the park now it's just called the American Legion Park. It's like playground pavilion, but if you go in the back, they still have gravestones behind the pavilions, still set up there kind of behind some shrubs that you can't see. But the haunted haywide goes right by our house. So we have always heard it go by and kind of heard the guy doing the presentation. We're like, is there a story by our house? So we had to get on there to see. And thankfully there wasn't a story about our house. Everybody thinks our house is probably haunted just because the way it looks. But we haven't experienced anything. The only thing that's a lie. The only things we experienced were the week the previous owner died. Before that, nothing. After that, nothing. The week the previous owner died, we heard people coming down the steps. My wife saw somebody, like, she thought it was me, watch her in the bathroom. She thought like I had poked around the door to the bathroom to check on her. And she was like, Tim, what are you doing? And she looked out, and I was downstairs. I wasn't anywhere close to her. And so just the week the previous owner, who had owned it since the 50s, they'd owned it since the 50s.
Wow.
So they died they were 90 something when they died. But the week they died, there was two weird events in our house, and then never again. and that was it. But everybody's
That's
like,
how you found out the previous owner was a creeper.
I was just gonna say, yeah, their family came to come get them, and like a weird cousin.
she was a sweet little. From all accounts, she was a sweet little Catholic lady. So,
well, I lived on the most haunted street in Salem, Massachusetts, for about 8 years, but never experienced anything. The basement was very creepy and scary at times, but nothing too paranormal. Salem's a great city.
Before Serge tells his story, does anybody have a trivia question they brought?
Oh, sure. I can have one. Oh, yeah, go for it.
Are we doing easy or hard? Because I have a few.
Hard one.
Do a hard one.
Okay, so this of
Chat,
course it's
get ready.
Halloween. Okay, in The Curse of Michael Myers, what city was third on the list of bus stops when Jamie enters the bus station?
That is a deep. See if the chat's still awake. I wanted to wake them up. All right, Serge, while we wait for responses, you can go ahead and...
Oh, man. Okay, cool. So this has been a blast already. I'm really enjoying how spooky it's getting. I don't know if anybody who's simply listening can't see. I had to bust out Tyranitar to make myself feel safe. And I'm giving my sleepy squirrel a nice little bob and hug just to make me feel a little safer, because I am getting goosebumps and watery eyes. This is a blast.
I just love this because on your social media, you're like doing death metal vocal videos, and then on here, you're like, I had to bring out my Pokemon to make me feel better. I love it. I love it.
I'm trying to make a statement on the dichotomy of Manster. Yeah, sick. Okay, cool. So I wanted to go after you because my story involves a house as well. This one, I didn't know anybody who lived in it, and yet I was in there anyway. So my friends and I in high school and below were kind of ready. Like we copped a lot of trespassing charges and mostly urban exploring. There we go. Right? Like I wasn't going into places that were currently in operation.
Yeah.
We had a big old crowbar that we sourced from one of our dads and went out and found new places. And in the place that I'm from, Phoenix, Arizona, there is now a light rail system that's really expansive and going strong. But when it was first being installed, around the corner bend on Camelback, which is like a main road, big like 6-lane main normal street, they had condemned a few houses and kicked people out of there. And while they were currently going through the construction, my friends and I got our tools and supplies and decided to see what was going on in maybe some of those houses. And nothing too interesting for a couple of them. And then we went to a third house. We got through the main gate and then up against the door itself, found a big bar, propped it open. And as soon as it bust open, just like a backdraft flow of dust flew at us. And after we wiped our eyes, we walk inside to see a banister stairway, right? Bunch of tagging all over it, bird shit, broken windows, tattered papers, big old anarchy A on the wall, right? This is pretty normal. It's okay. People have been here since. You go further into the house and you start seeing fully melted candles having dripped and hardened up against the banister. You go up higher and there's larger candles with larger amounts of deposited wax afterward. This place is weird. We're not able to get up top. We're not able to get into the basement either, but there is a window leading from the basement to the outside, barely peeking above the ground level floor. So we go up to it. You rub off some of the dust from it to look inside. And it's interesting, right? Normal basement, not a lot going on in it, not even so much as a washing machine. But there's a fridge in the corner, and something scattered on the ground that I can't quite tell. So my buddies and I managed to find our way into that window, and I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a short guy. I maxed out at 5'6" and $140. I'm not a very large person. I was much tinier then. I was perfect window sized, where none of my none of my metalhead friends were. So it was on me to go into the window. I slide in, I fall backwards, smack my head on the ground, and I hear like a crunchy darkness with me. And I flip over onto my chest and try and stand up, and my hand slides under myself. I look down, and there's just scattered Polaroids all over the floor.
Oh.
I flip
No.
these Polaroids over, and it's a series of burnt children and other such like botched procedures. It was, and that moment, I had felt a presence fall over. And then my friends and I decided to spend the night in there anyway. That was awesome.
Oh.
I
This
mentioned
video
that.
just got flagged.
Oh shit! No. Yeah, we decided to spend the night in there anyway. And I was in the throes of being a teenager. I was feeling hormones and, wanting to date one of my friends, but my friend wanted to date another one of my friends. And so I decided to sleep in a different room out of like principal and sad boy behavior. So I'm alone in this like den area in this place at night. And I start hearing something, and I think it's one of my friends, as you do. And I raise my head to the direction where my friends are supposed to be, and there's somebody standing there, or something. There's something has fallen over, stepped out from beside one of the doorways. Right? And I'm like, who the fuck is this? And all of a sudden it rushed right at me, and I sprinted through it straight to my friends.
Did you get that like cold feeling that
dude.
When you walk through a spirit, you get chills? And, yeah.
So in hindsight, I blame it on the asbestos.
That makes sense. It checks out. Yeah.
Oh my god! One time I got rushed as a child trying to fall asleep. It was typical. You're laying on your back and you're on your aunt's couch spending the night for the weekend. You stayed up too long, drinking too much sugar, and all of a sudden there's a spectral spirit of a ghost that looks like goddamn Tom Hanks staring down at you. You guys haven't had that?
Mm-mm.
Not Tom Hanks.
Not the Tom Hanks guy.
Oh man, yeah, that's my spooky story. I think we stayed the rest of the night. I might have cuddled up against my two friends who I was having some kind of like dysfunctional triangle with.
It sounds like a good. Never mind. All right, Jordan. It looks like your trivia stumped him.
Yeah, it's I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Romeoville or Romeoville.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to? Someone want to?
Parker Street.
Oh,
you want to go an easier one? Let's go an easier one.
Someone else can go. Yeah, I mean, I have a list, but whoever wants to go.
I've got one, but I don't know necessarily if it's. I don't know necessarily if it will be an easy one or not. But let's just say medium. Name someone that was a part of Hellraiser, the Hellraiser franchise, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, the Chucky franchise, and the Friday 13th franchise.
GC, that is not the ghost. Sorry.
No, that was one of the first pictures. That spider's the size of my hand.
Okay, Q, repeat your question again.
Sorry.
All right. Name a person that was part of the Hellraiser franchise, the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Friday 13th franchise, and Chucky franchise.
So one person who is a part of all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Damn, Q, we want these people to win.
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
Brad Dourif.
Nope.
Not Doug Bradley.
Wait, can it be anyone involved in the film? So it could be like someone that worked on it as well.
Wait.
Okay.
Is it a
So
makeup artist?
That changes it.
Oh, sorry.
So it was a person involved with all of these different franchises.
Yes.
One name is what we're looking for, chat. So one person involved with multiple franchises. While the chat tries to figure that out and Google it frantically, GC has provided the photo of the spirit at the top of his steps. So those of you sensitive to this kind of thing, look away.
I like how Serge got close to his screen.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Do you guys see right here?
Oh, nice.
This right here.
Oh.
That's
Chuck.
That is not. I'm telling you, there's nothing on that ceiling there.
That's not like a fire, whatever that's called.
No.
Smoke alarm.
No. Like not the smoke alarm itself here.
You're talking about that
Oh.
little out, like right. There's like a U around it or something.
Yeah, like this here. Like
Okay,
if you look
gotcha.
at it, like if you were standing there and you
Mhm.
saw it, like it was even more like it stuck out more. But this
That's
right
wild.
here is where that thing was.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that's not my stairs.
Like
Yeah.
there's a
Hey, friend.
face over
Hey,
on the
friend.
right
Oh, fuck.
next to
Don't
the
say that
hanging
again.
stuff. There's a face over there.
Aaron sees a face.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's something
I
over
don't
there on
know.
the right.
I
with
see
the hat.
You see it
too.
too? There's a face right there. It looks like something, maybe artwork on the wall though.
Oh, this
Or
here?
over to the
No,
right.
on the other side.
Maybe your other right.
On the other
Where's
side
that?
of the doorway. Like
On the other side of the photo, like all the way to the right of the photo.
GC on the right.
Right
there,
there,
yeah.
in that
I
space.
hate that.
Right.
Why did you have to point that
Now a
out?
little to your left.
Actually, I love it.
That
Please.
thing right there.
What
Looks
is
like-
that?
Oh, this here's my motorcycle bag.
No, shush. It's a
Okay.
face.
Oh damn! You should have said, "Oh my god!" There's
That's where you're like, I've never seen that before.
Oh god!
Oh no, that's Chuck.
But wait, what's this right here? Okay.
Behind Q.
Imagine this is all like old blood stains from the old
Oh
place,
yeah.
from the old tenants, and it's like I had no idea.
Not Kane Hodder.
Nope.
Man, you guys brought some tough ones. I love it. We're not making this giveaway easy, guys. Jeez. Think you can just comment on Instagram and win stuff? You can't.
Oh
they
man,
all-
I
were
honestly
they-
thought somebody would have got
No.
that.
Did they also have any involvement in the Dawn of the Dead remake?
Is it a makeup artist?
Yes,
Is it direct?
I'll
Yeah.
give you.
Oh.
I'll
I
give
know
you
who
that.
it is.
Oh,
I'll
clue.
give you that.
There you go.
High
I know
five,
who
high
it
five to the
is.
camera. Bah.
Well,
How about
I've got something pretty cool to show.
rhymes with Peach Bellini? Sorry.
I got something pretty cool to show when I went to Scarefest last weekend. Nope.
Okay, not Kurtzman.
Nope.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
this
Is that Annabelle?
Yes.
Wow.
Annabelle
yes
was
to
there?
Annabelle and to
Annabelle,
Savini.
they put Annabelle in the bisexual lighting. Let's go. Future is now. It's all cyberpunk.
So
Get to hold her.
Q, was it Tom Savini?
No.
Is it?
Oh, it's
did
not.
this person do makeup work for? I know I think Rumpelstiltskin was one of them. They might have done.
Yep. You're
I know
on to
it,
something, Jordan. You're on to something,
Oh.
Jordan.
So not this one either. Okay.
Nope.
Wait, Q.
Yeah, this is a
Let's
good
talk
one.
about
Going back
Annabelle
to
for a second.
Annabelle. Is that the real
Let's
Annabelle?
yes, let's put it.
Yeah, you
put
brought
Annabelle
another
back up
celebrity
there.
to
I want
the
to make it
chat.
bigger. Yeah.
And did you get to pay extra to do like a selfie with her?
Is Annabelle
No.
in the room with us right now?
Oh,
It's
God.
extra to hold
That's
it.
not Annabelle.
Hello.
I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
she's
can see
really
that.
locked away.
She's
there.
looking right at you, dude.
Now,
Was
if
Matt-
they offer,
I was trying not to make eye contact with the thing, but look, this was really cool. They showed too that they had there.
Was Matt Rife there with Annabelle? Because doesn't he own her now?
He's there
Almost
just
got
roasting
to
people
see
as they
it.
go see her.
Yeah.
But on the
if they had
display,
offered you the option to hold her, would you?
no, hell no.
I wouldn't even
Fans,
been
for
there.
me.
Nope.
But right
You wouldn't
next
even
to it,
go.
okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Right next to the Annabelle doll was the one used in the movies.
Yeah. The
Oh,
movie
yeah,
movie
yeah.
prop. Hell,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
And there's
So-
Batman.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Great,
Great.
Q. You didn't make eye contact with her, but now we did staring at
We
that
all
picture.
did. Like,
Yeah, that's it. First, this begins now. 7 days.
Does it work through the photos?
I doubt it because I've seen pictures of it before.
We're gonna find
People
out.
seen
Yeah, we're gonna
Dude,
find out.
honestly, in all honesty, I love the
will.
first Conjuring movie. I actually love the second Conjuring movie quite a bit too.
Me too.
But I will say, I think the real Conjuring doll is scarier than the one they chose from the movie. They
yeah.
should have
It
just
is.
gone. They should have just kept it that look because it
Really,
is
the real
creepy.
Raggedy Ann doll?
There's
Yeah, the
probably
Raggedy
a
Ann
copy
doll.
left, too.
I feel like practically there's less moving parts for them to do stuff with.
That's true. I brought up Jessica shared something a long time ago about what was the name of that doll that I told you the story about. There was this doll from, I don't know, Hasbro, like this sad girl in a potato sack.
Oh. Give me
That's
2
terrible.
seconds. Give me.
Someone vamp.
Okay, not Howard Burger.
Damn, I
But-
want a burger.
Well, dude, I'm hungry. While Jessica looks that up, I can find a picture of the doll.
Little Miss No Name.
Ew, no.
Is that
So
real?
this
That thing was
doll is fascinating. I'm gonna share
Little Miss No Name.
Little Miss No Name. There we go.
What happens if you give it a name?
Little Miss No
Very
Name.
free. Yeah.
It's like an abandoned orphan.
Oh, and you're supposed to adopt her
Yes.
and name
Where
her?
is it? There it
Put
is.
clothes on her.
Okay. There's Little Miss No Name. All right.
Oh, great.
So that's
That was available for commercial
yes.
consumption.
So
That's
Little, that's
It's
Little Miss No Name.
horrifying.
So that was circulating on social media, and I messaged Jessica had shared something about it, and I just had to laugh because growing up, I lived in a very blue collar area of Indiana. Like the main source of income for most of the families there was a Chrysler factory. Like that's the type of area it was, and the every year a local radio station would do a Christmas auction. They would have, it was like a massive garage sale that they would host. They would air it on TV. It would go out of their studio, and all the locals, like it was a big deal in this little blue collar town, and it was called We Care. And it was all started because these guys from the radio station found this doll in a donation pile for the radio, and they made her the face of this We Care thing, and they would auction her off at the end every year, and the person like got to have her for a year and would bring her back for the next auction. But I had no idea Little Miss No Name was marketed. I always thought she was creepy, but growing up, to me she was the Christmas donation doll, because she was on TV every Christmas for like a week long. It was insane. She would sit on the desk of the two people hosting all the auctions. It was like 24 hours for a year, or for a week that the auction would go on. Okay.
I would not let that in my house. That's creepy
You
as
got
hell,
it.
dude.
Got it.
You got it.
Wikipedia, got it. Nice. We were doing some deep IMDb research in on this one. Okay, adding that. Who's got another? We can ask another one, and then we can get pretty close to doing this drawing.
I have an easier one.
Okay.
In The Witch, what item does Caleb cough up before he dies?
Ooh.
Man, I just watched that one.
If you guys don't know, go watch our Cinema Rewind episode on The Witch and fast forward, and we might talk about it there too.
So watch that one, and then on October 11th or 12th, watch our 13 Nights of Halloween episode where we cover The Witch.
Dude. I honestly forgot we did the ritual until you told me, like, hey, I'm gonna post it. I was like, oh, that's right, we did do that episode.
The Ritual is so good. The Ritual is another Netflix movie that I would love to physically possess.
Oh, I love that movie, man. It's so creepy and so good.
Yep.
I love how naturally the dream sequences are woven in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when you first walk into the convenience store scene in the beginning. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's brilliant. I think it's the director's best movie. Much better than the new Hellraiser movie that was on Hulu.
The Ritual?
The Ritual on Netflix.
I've never seen it.
Oh.
It's scary.
It was based on a book.
I'm gonna
it's
watch
so
it
good.
tonight. I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch
based
it
on a
tonight.
Do it.
Okay.
It's a cool one.
That's it.
I've been
my God.
looking for something scary. Nothing
Who's the-
scares me.
Who's
Have
the
you
author?
seen Terrified?
British
Aterados?
I think we just watched it. I don't remember.
Okay, Movies and Doobies got it. Crabapple.
Nice.
Crabapple was it.
That's such a cool handle.
no,
Movies and
Jessica,
movies.
Jessica,
haven't-
Adam Neville wrote. You probably know Adam Neville. He wrote The Ritual, and the movie's based on his book.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
haven't seen The Ritual, Jessica?
British. British.
I haven't, and I'm really excited now because I really have been
Dude,
like
it
trying
is
to find something scary.
it is
Oh, yay.
it's a bit of a slow start, but it is definitely like it's one of those that is pay attention to it and it is so good. I mean, we did a pretty deep dive in our episode with GC about just its intelligent filmmaking. It's so good.
It's unsettling too, especially if you've ever gone hiking or been out in nature, and I mean just the vastness of undiscovered areas. And I mean, this movie will definitely, next time you go hiking or something, you'll think twice, like about going through certain routes and stuff like that.
You don't leave the trail. Just
Yep.
don't do it.
Yeah. Stay on the path.
Aaron, you got trivia for us?
I mean, I got out. I have stacks of trivia from my Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Here's a fun one. In Tobe Hooper's film, his movie that he made after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what animal did hotel owner Judd feed his victim to? What animal? Kind of an easy one, I think. But
for the Tobe Hooper enthusiasts out there.
Yeah, the film after Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But for those of you who haven't played the horror Trivial Pursuit game, it's really cool because it's all categories. You can see it. And then so it's got paranormal, monster, gory, disturbing, psychological, comedy, or slasher. And you just pick a category and then you pick, just like Trivial Pursuit.
Oh.
But they're all horror themed categories.
That's pretty sweet. I kind of love that.
That's
fun.
awesome.
It's a fun game. Yeah, okay. And all the pieces are like horror relics. Like one is a baby's head.
That's awesome. Pretty cool. Was it a pig?
It's not a pig. No, the movie's eaten alive. I guess I'm cheating, but
there you go. There's a hint. Speaking of Tobe Hooper, can I get something off my chest? Because we were supposed to do an episode about it, but then it was so terrible. Guys, did anybody watch the Ed Gein show?
No.
I've only seen the first episode.
You're on episode 4 or 5.
I heard it's not good, but what do you guys think?
It made me so mad. So mad.
Yeah.
Crocodile, Tito's got it again. I consume a large amount of true crime and serial killer stuff. It's one of my wife's and I's go-to car things is serial killer podcasts. So like I know a lot about Ed Gein. There are things I liked about the show, but there's so much fiction in that show that is insane. It is I liked the Dahmer season. I thought that one was pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah. Dahmer was good.
I did not like the Menendez season because I thought they added too much fiction to that one. Mm-hmm. And then the Ed Gein one, by the end of it, I was just like, what did I watch? It made me mad. But
does he not do like a chainsaw dance in it?
He does a chainsaw dance.
Yeah.
He kills 2 hunters with a chainsaw. He never killed anybody with a chainsaw. Yeah. He only he is confirmed 2 deaths. 2 deaths that he ever confessed to. I know a lot of people don't like that they sympathize him. I think that's actually one of the interesting talking points about him is he was a guy with schizophrenia and he was undiagnosed and he clearly had issues. And I think that's very interesting. But if you're looking for very good serial killer drama, Devil in Disguise, the John Wayne Gacy story on Peacock.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Deranged?
No.
Jordan, I've got it. I've never watched it. I need to
watch that. I feel like, I mean,
right?
What's that? Yeah. That Tim might be able to watch that and tell, but I feel like that one's a more accurate depiction of the Ed Gein story.
Dude, I watched the Monster Ed Gein show, and I thought Psycho was more accurate than that. So
this movie right here.
Yes, that one. Yes, I have seen.
Nice.
So this guy, the actor who plays the old man in here, he's actually the guy who plays Old Man Marley in
Home
Home
Alone.
Alone. The old man,
Yeah.
South Bend
Oh.
Shovel Slayer.
The
Yeah.
South Bend Shuffle. I lived in South Bend, so that was always a great
Okay.
little part. Yep.
Anyways, that movie, I think this movie's incredible. If you guys haven't seen
It's
Deranged,
so good. Yeah.
yeah, the opening scene, instead of the butcher of Plainsfield, it's the butcher of East Side. They call him in
Okay.
this one.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
So I'm gonna add that to the list. But yes, for those looking for serial killer dramas, Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. It never shows a murder, which is something I was glad for. It very much like I've already admit I'm an emotional movie watcher. I cried during multiple times because it was just like this dude was an evil human, and they did an excellent job of showing the perspective of it's really like the police investigating, talking to the families, and how they got Gacy. And so Gacy is in it, but it is very much from the police perspective, and the police sitting there talking and going like, how did this guy slip through the cracks so many times? How was he arrested for this and let go on good behavior? Like the show was excellent. And then we watched the documentary it's based on, and it's like word for word, they matched what he said in interviews, things. It was extremely well made. But we don't have to talk about serial killers. Should we do this giveaway, or do we want to drop another trivia?
Let's do it. My bedtime is calling.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Okay. So here we All right, chat. Oh, Serge, you're the center. There we go.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, cool.
All right, we have our picker wheel with 36 entries in there. If you were answering the questions correctly in the chat, you got bonus entries. So I just put like 1, 2, 3 after your name. But these are all the people who entered. So here we go. The big
Jordan, you better
Does
not
it
win
spin
again.
faster? Okay, there you go. It's like, oh my god, it's so slow.
get it. Who's gonna do it? Oh, Lindsay's literary life.
Nice.
Awesome.
So Lindsay's literary life. T-Dubs, you had an excellent effort there in the chat. You definitely had the most entries. But Lindsay's literary life. Jessica, you got that?
I got that. Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations, Lindsay's literary life. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this random alteration of our normal Dread broadcast. I had a good time just hanging out and chatting.
Same
Yes,
here.
this is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Me too. This has been
Always a good
awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Good. So this next month we should be back to normal format. I'm talking to a independent publisher of horror comic books that wants to come on and talk about their books for that. So that'll be fun. But the next one after that, our Christmas/New Year's episode is going to be more like this one again. We're not going to have a special guest on. We're going to be chatting. Our itinerary for that one is our top 5s from the year. So we'll do top 5 movies, and you can bring your top 5 of any other random content that you would like to share. But we'll be hanging out, chatting, talking top 5s as our New Year recap episode. So next month will be regular Dread broadcast format, and then Christmas and New Year's will be our top 5 year in review episode.
You should sprinkle in some New Year's horror movies too, like Terror
Yes.
Train,
Tim.
New Year's Eve.
And Christmas horror movies like Black Christmas. Both
That's
After Christmas, though, Mariah
both the
Carey's
first
gone
one,
back to the ocean.
both the first one and the remake, so good. The third one, burn it.
I still haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Tim, could you blow up Jordan's screen for a second? I don't know if it's just me, or is there a chicken shadow on your right side of the wall?
there's,
Right there.
there's absolutely
Dude, is that a chicken?
Isn't that funny?
it's a ghost chicken.
Dude, the legs. I'm like, what? I just kept staring, and I was like, dude, the one of your chickens.
We are getting a new poltergeist.
We
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh God.
That is awesome. That is hilarious. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much. I don't have a whole lot more to say. Chat, thank you for hanging out and engaging in the trivia questions. Anybody have some final words? Let's go through. Tell people where they can find you, what to catch next on Halloween. Just real quick, Jordan, what's coming up this? You got something tomorrow?
tomorrow I'm gonna try and get a video out tomorrow. It's probably gonna be doing my review of the Return of the Living Dead, Arrow's new release. I still need to do that, but tomorrow we are doing our pre-recorded video for the night of Halloween. We're gonna have Evan from Rockland Graves production on, and we're gonna be talking about Halloween 1 and 2. And then starting Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be doing live streams every night, talking about all the Halloween movies and diving into all
Nice.
Just be on the lookout for that.
Nice. Aaron, I know they can
Yes.
catch us tomorrow night, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
quickly,
Plug
horror
that.
movies. That's all I'm going to say. Tomorrow night, live stream. Morley Nelson, like I said, who wrote and directed and stars in Uncontained, will be joining, and Tim from Tim right here will be joining.
Tim from me.
We're going to talk about horror movies that you watched the last week in October.
All right. And Jessica, I know you don't have like a YouTube for us to catch, but thank you for joining us and making this giveaway possible. It was seriously a stacked list of things. I think it's awesome.
Yes, thank you, and thank for everybody that submitted and wanted a copy, and anybody who continues to read this book and wants to read the rest of them. Just thanks to everybody, and have a happy
I am so stoked for
Halloween.
that audiobook.
I can't wait for the movie.
I haven't even heard it, so I'm very excited too. But I've heard it's good. There's Spotify must have sent out some copies to people, because I've seen a couple of reviews. People have gotten a hold of it. The villain speaks with a voice changer, and I've heard the voice changer audio is creepy, so I'm very excited about that. That's Tuesday.
I want to consume this content so hard right now. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Yeah, that, and then next thing to look forward to is when they turn it into like a 4-episode TV series. Or
oh sweet Jesus.
That's what I want, because we can get seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Taste Like Candy. Except we don't have
a movie.
We don't have Taste Like
Halloween special.
We don't have Taste Like Candy 3 out yet, but when 2 is technically not under Jessica's name yet. But
no, two is being touched up. Taste Like Candy 2 and I have a very contentious relationship with one another, so I'm trying to beat the parts that I hate out of it. I included an entire mini slasher at the beginning in a prologue, so I kill like 8 people literally in the first chapter. I like it so much more now already.
Let's go, dude.
In the rewrite, no, you changed the first chapter.
Yes.
Dude, your opening line of Taste Like Candy 2 is one of my favorite opening lines of any book ever.
It is for people that don't. It's still going to be because this is a prologue, so it's still the first line of chapter 1.
The first line of chapter 1 is hooked me.
There are photos of me peeing on the internet. That's the line, and it is true, because it's from the perspective of a girl whose mother is a mommy vlogger. So her mother has been taking her photo and putting horrible, embarrassing photos of her online for her entire life. And there are photos of me peeing on the internet. It's a concept that horrifies me. People doing this to their children and putting all that out there and leaving it out there, and some parents refusing to take it down when their kids ask.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always something I wanted it to be a little bit shocking, because some people don't think they're human beings.
Yeah.
And we need to remember that a little bit. So
I think that just the opening line, the opening pair, all of that hooked me so hard. And the second one, I love that. But all right, and then it's me is next on the screen. Hey Tim, the average reviews. We have episodes coming out every day until Halloween. Our theme this year was folk horror. So each movie has some kind of folk horror theme. Folk horror is one of my top 3 least enjoyed genres of horror. So it was a really fun time for me to try to find some of these that I
There are a couple I really enjoyed, but for the most part, you'll see as you go. But yeah, we had a couple guests on from this panel. We're on a couple guests from other Dread broadcast episodes. We're on. It's a good time, but every day they drop at 8 a.m. because they're pre-recorded. 8 a.m. from now until Halloween, a new episode of 13 Nights of Halloween is the last 13 Nights of Halloween we are ever doing. I say that, and I'll probably do it again in a couple of years. But it's the last one because we want to focus more time and energy into the Dread broadcast. So we're going to put 13 Nights of Halloween off for a little bit. But you can catch night 9 tomorrow morning. But yeah, this is night 8. GC.
Well, there's no pictures of me peeing on the internet that I'm aware of. But what I do have on the internet,
the chat is sad.
the chat is all sad faces. No, don't be sad. I have stuff for you guys. I just released a podcast episode of Arachnophobia, so you can find that on my YouTube channel, Face the Movies, and also Friday Night Fright Night. You can find that on Spotify or Apple Podcast. This week, I'm working on Halloween H2O, so that's going to be a fun one to talk about. And like Jordan and I mentioned, guys, you got to subscribe to our channels because you got to buckle up this week. It's going to be Halloween. I mean, by the end of the week, you're probably going to be tired of the franchise. And I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a ton of fun. So just come in, hang out, except obviously tomorrow. It's a pre-recording. It will be released on Halloween night. So if you're staying in, you've got kids, you can't go out, you could watch that episode with your kids and teach them about Michael Myers. It's going to be great. But besides that, I don't know. I'm still deciding what video to record this week. It's going to be such a busy week with streaming, so I might not put anything out until the following week. But just come hang out, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Awesome. And
love you, Tim.
Yeah, love you, GC.
So tomorrow on my
Heart
channel,
emojis.
tomorrow on my channel on YouTube, I'm going to be putting up my video about my trip to Scarefest, which spoiler alert, got a few teasers I'm going to show where I'm talking about it. This is Danielle and Scout's new movie, Last Chance Motel, which the trailer was really nice. They're actually debuting their movie at some New York Film Fest, I think, here in December. But it looked awesome. I talk about it. I talk about my meeting with Barbara Crampton.
Yeah.
And I got an interesting story about when I visited Dark Sky's booth and how I obtained this. So
you got that's not the Walmart version, is it?
No, it's not. It's Steelbook. It's Steelbook. It one of those stories happened to involve a very infamous chainsaw set. So stay tuned for that, and I got a few reviews dropping this week as well. So
wait, where's Steven's picture? Where's your and Steven's picture framed? That's what I want to know.
You'll see it. You'll see it in the video.
I heard you met Steven.
Yeah, I met Steven.
Oh, cool.
Amazing.
We actually met every day at the con, so it was pretty cool. And I also met Alex and Jess from Movie Mall. They had a booth there, so I met them there as well.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. And then the order shifted, but Serge, you were the only one left. Serge, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so grateful to have been invited in on this. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to meet you guys. So, hey, I'm Serge from Lethian. First, let's talk about my horror page, Extra Spooky. I've got a couple of vocal covers that I'm working on right now. I want to do that Tito and Tarantula, Only After Dark one, and then I got another funny one. And then it's back to death metal and shit. It's fun. Outside of that, my actual bigger long-term project is I am in a band, Surge from Lethian, and we're doing music videos, we release music and all that, but we have a backlog of 4 years worth of Halloween specials that we do, wherein I collaborate with my bandmates to write a script, and we self-produce all of the special effects, and any outside artists that we've collaborated with, they're all in the credits post the movies, but they're awesome. They range from 6 to 12 minutes long, and each year we pick a different movie. We've done Terror Vision, we've done Reanimator, we've done Alien and Saw. And we take the theme songs or a track that we like from the soundtrack and we interpolate it into metal. The best way we did that was the Reanimator theme. We took the entire intro and then created a whole song from it. But I think my best Halloween special so far is Carnal Sacrifice from last year. That is my Saw one. I think it's got my tightest script. I think it's my smoothest to watch, and it's got the most gore effects because it's Saw. I saw off my own leg. It's a lot of fun, and there's a song. I choreographed my first fight scene in that one, so I'm putting it in the chat. Anyone who has the time afterward, Lethian Carnal Sacrifice into YouTube. It's only like 6 minutes long. You're gonna see my first choreographed fight scene. We're behind and in front of the cameras. It's a blast.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And I can't believe you rescheduled with the guys that you did.
Yeah, I get to see them on Sunday. So
Okay.
it's going to be a good time. Yeah, I was going to be on Movie Dumpster. At least I was going to hang out with them again today. It's been like 5 years since I've gotten to hang out with them. Well, I saw that I flew out years ago to be on the show with some family, and you'll hear that story. It was a whole disaster. My 4-hour drive turned into a 10-hour drive. And Sean stayed up at Joe's place till like 2 a.m. to wait for me. We had stale pizza and fell asleep to like Poltergeist or something.
We had Sean joined us for an episode. I think it was Jessica's episode, actually.
Yeah.
That Sean joined us for. I want to get Joe on here. Man, I love Movie Dumpster. Those guys are great.
Yeah, dude.
All right. That is a wrap on our campfire episode. So thank you all so much again. I appreciate each and every one of you. This wouldn't happen without you guys, quite literally. I'm not going to sit on here and tell stories about myself. It's not my style. So thank you for coming and hanging out. This is everything I hoped it would be.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Whoa.
Perfect transition.